fresh renovations, and upgraded amenities, it's a whole new way to experience LA's premier table game casino. From poker, blackjack, ultimate Texas Hold'em, and Baccarat, they've got all the action for ESPN LA listeners. Brand new players. Hey guys, double down with me in my first ever $10,000 blackjack tournament. It's going to happen on June 6th at the Bicycle Casino. You know it, the Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a live broadcast from 3 to 6. But when you walk in, I want you to say, double down with Kappy. You go to the Players Reward Desk and you get your free entry into the tournament, which is going to start at 7 o'clock that night. Remember, it's June 6th. Double down with Kappy is going to get you a free entry into the tournament, which you're going to need to get because I'm telling you, this thing's going to fill up real fast. Live radio, real cards, big prizes, very limited seats. So lock yours in now. RSVP for more information for all the details on the tournament at espnla.com.
Hey, it's Travis. Join us Friday, May 30th from 9 a.m. to noon at Legends Attic in Claremont as we celebrate their one-year anniversary and kick off the Freddie Freeman World Series Game 1 Walk-Off Grand Slam Ball Tour. Plus, Oral Hershiser hosting special guests, Dodgers voice Joe Davis, Steve Sachs, Rick Monday, Jaime Harin, Peter O'Malley, and more. Giveaways in the amazing art of Dave Hobrick. Purchase your tickets for meet and greets at legendsattic.com. We'll see you Friday, May 30th at Legends Attic in Claremont.
Virtual Apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MBA. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
The playoffs are in full swing, and you can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JOEQ. That's JOEQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
You ready, Cap? No, you have a Kit Kat in your mouth.
That's right. Bing, ba-da-bum. Where's the Bing, they're right here. Come on.
3:18 on a live imaging Tuesday. Sedano Kap is on. That other voice you hear is the great Beto Duran, the Cisco Kid.
Thank you, people.
Because George Sedano, early this morning, had plane issues.
No.
Now, have any of us gotten confirmation that he's landed anywhere?
No
Once he
confirmation.
realized that Beto was getting called in, it's like he checked out.
Yeah, he's like, dude, they got me covered.
Where in the world is George Sedano, presented by our friends at LAX?
I told him, bro, we got you covered. You're
Well,
fine.
see, that's the problem.
Yeah,
You
we
lay it
did
on
say
thick.
we got you.
You lay it on thick.
How so? Tell me what you
You're
mean.
like, oh, I got you. We could talk sports.
Well, listen, I'm feeling very confident today, okay, and here's why.
Because you watched a game?
No, because last night, while the game was going on, okay, between Oklahoma City and Minnesota.
We'd like to thank the Minnesota Timberwolves for participating this playoff season. Pick up your commemorative "Where the Heck is Anthony Edwards" T-shirts at the door.
Right,
Wow,
and make
really?
your
You're
plans.
gonna
Make your
Well,
plans.
you
for
don't
the
think
vacay.
you think he's good? He was good in last night's game.
I think Oklahoma City's doing great on the defensive side, making the switches, the adjustment where he can't go to where he wants to go.
See, that's ball talk.
Aren't you
right
supposed to be able to overcome that
Ball
if you're one of the
knowers,
best?
1 against 4. That's such an easy around the horn type of.
Tell
argument
him,
right
tell him
there.
it's lazy.
That's
Tell him it's
lazy.
lazy. That's
How's it
lazy.
lazy?
Tell him.
LeBron James in his prime, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Shea.
Oh, here we go. Here the Michael Jordan line right away. 3:18. He's alive.
Well, and he almost
3:20
died.
actually.
He
3:20.
almost died.
I don't have a clock here.
So,
Well, it's up there on the wall.
right.
Oh, that works.
3:20, almost died. Now, you didn't say it, I said it. But, he did almost die. So,
Why not text him today at 12:09? You almost died.
so here,
I complimented, then also said.
so here's what happened. Here's why I'm feeling
He
very
said I was
confident.
carrying the shows today.
I didn't say that. I did not say you were carrying the show.
Here's what Chris said last
I
night.
texted your energy is getting better week to week.
Oh, wow. Here's what happened yesterday. We were all watching the game. Everybody's watching the game. Everybody's commenting in our group chat. George is breaking things down only the way George can do. And then
Ball knowers.
And then Chris pretty much said, because I kind of accused him of not actually watching the game.
No. Let's go back for a second. Okay. We're all talking about the third quarter. And then Cap text, fourth quarter, here we go.
No, it's not what I said.
That's what you said, basically.
That's not what I said.
No, you said, like, here comes the fourth quarter.
Well,
as though none of us are watching the game with you.
Well, no, what I was trying to say was that, hey, we actually have a game going into the fourth quarter.
Thanks, Cap.
Right.
And then I just wrote, thanks, Cap.
Yeah.
To be sarcastic.
No.
And then you went off like, oh, you're not even watching. You're at a play in North Hollywood with your parents. And it's like, yeah, I posted about that. That's what we did on Saturday.
Mm-hmm. And then he tried to guilt me. Then he tried to give me this guilt trip. Like he's some victim. Like I said something so horrible. Horrible.
No, I said you're going to make light of a play about the founding of AA, which I'm a member. I'm a part of now.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're going to do?
Well,
and we go to the fourth. And we go to the fourth.
And we go to the fourth.
And we go to the fourth.
And we go to the fourth. It's
That's
a very
so much
different
better.
comment.
That's so much better than here comes the fourth, guys.
Yay! Yay! And we go to the fourth. We actually have a ball game going into the fourth quarter.
We were going to watch whether it was a ball game or not.
Well, here's the thing. So
But
Chris,
you wouldn't because we know what's going on in your house. Scott, what are you doing watching basketball again? You're supposed to spend time with me.
you could keep going by saying things like, what does Oklahoma City and Minnesota have to do with the Lakers? You know, you could do that.
I'm not going to accuse Rachel of saying that, but if she does,
No,
okay.
she doesn't, but it would have been, that would have been.
By the way, 5 o'clock, Eastern Conference Finals, Game 4. Knicks Pacers. We will take the game on 7:10 a.m. and on the all-new ESPN LA app on the ESPN radio tile. But Sedano and Kap will march on live on YouTube and, of course, on the Listen Live tile on the ESPN LA app. Now, apparently, producer Lindsay said you didn't think we were doing YouTube today. Are you
no,
being
I
that
said
right,
you
Lindsay?
asked if we were and then DeAndre even was just like, "Oh, we are." Like he was surprised too.
Well, you haven't promoted it all day.
They said you didn't promote it.
But did my memorandum last week not say during the playoffs and finals?
I guess we all thought maybe that would have changed after the discussion we had on Friday.
No, that's George's discussion.
No, that was a good show.
But DeAndre.
But usually on Lit, everything gets promoted.
Right.
I didn't hear.
And by the way, I know Sedano FaceTimed me at the end.
Yep.
But I was on the can.
Oh, you were?
And I didn't answer because I thought that'd be inappropriate.
I can't believe you
But
didn't
we
answer.
thought
So
it would have
I
been
called
really
it
him
was
funny.
YouTube only.
I called him right back after, and he's like, "Oh, we just got done with the show, but man, we really got to come up with a concept for the show." And I said, "Well, the concept is we're doing a show." And he goes, "Okay, I'll talk to you Monday." That was
Did he talk to you Monday?
When we all texted today, or I guess Tuesday is
Okay.
what he meant.
See, what DeAndre said was that the YouTube part of the show was not on the schedule. So there were question marks being asked.
We hadn't put that on the schedule though. I don't.
Yeah,
think,
we don't put
last
that on
week.
so we don't confuse our traffic team.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, nonetheless.
You get paid till 6 p.m.
Yeah,
correct? That's
It
in
was-
your contract.
It
Yes,
was in
that's
the
right.
email. It was in the
It's
email.
very specific, the times. Very, very specific.
6
Cappy-
p.m., I believe, right?
Right, very specific.
Okay.
Cappy,
the
I did.
times.
DeAndre must not have read the email because I did put in the email 5 to 6 YouTube only.
Well, you kind of had a weird thing going on in your email today where you're like, we're on till 5:30, but then we're on YouTube till 6. But then in the next line, you were like, no, we're only on from 5 to 6 on YouTube. So it was a little confusing. There was like 5:30 to 6 in line 1, and then there was like line 3
No,
was 5 to 6.
No.
No? Am I wrong?
I'm going to look it up right
it
now.
says we are on 7:10 a.m. from 3 to 5:30, and YouTube streaming from 5 to 6.
Okay, so you understand where the confusion
So
lies.
I guess you're right. I put
yeah.
a 3 instead of a 0, so my
Yeah.
bad.
Okay, so Cappy is a little bit in the right on this.
I did also say NBA Eastern Conference Finals Game 4 on 7:10 a.m. at 5.
I just want Lindsay to know how much I appreciate her emails every day. And today, because I can multitask, 80 miles an hour heading north on the 5, 80 miles an hour reading her email, going through the video clips that she sent.
How is this, like, you make light of this on the show now that you literally, he almost crashed last week on our way home. It's not good that you're looking at your phone so much while driving.
No, it's not good.
I appreciate it, though, Cap.
It's not good. You're welcome. I mean, it's a
think
good
it's
email.
fine.
It's a really
It's
good
fine.
email.
Multitask.
Right. Really good email. I know I almost killed Chris.
Again?
I know. This guy almost died a second time.
No, this is like the 4th time now.
So about a couple of weeks ago.
You on
Beto,
Instagram?
I was on Instagram, so I wasn't texting. So it's okay,
you weren't
officer.
texting, you just scrolling.
Right. Sorry, officer. I was on
Scrolling is
Instagram.
fine.
You know. So I had Chris, and I was on like the far right lane, but I needed to be in the far left
Oh, you're
lane.
talking about this.
And then
That's when Stephanie was in the car.
Right, and then I came flying across like all 6 lanes better, and I jumped this curb. And listen, let me tell you something. If it wasn't for that amazing new Subaru Outback, I don't know if I would have been able to survive the whole
Well, that's
thing.
what they're for. That's what
they're-
Subaru
right,
all-wheel drive.
Right, all-wheel drive. See, you understand.
Yeah,
You
so
get it.
in other words, you're helping Subaru.
Right.
Huh.
Right.
You got test drive.
Yes.
So what's the problem?
There is no problem. But here's the thing. This is why I'm feeling very confident about today's broadcast. Because as we were going back yesterday, back and forth about, hey, here comes the fourth quarter. Chris in his very snarky tone. Oh, thanks a lot, Mr. Smart Guy. We're going to the fourth quarter.
Oh, that's a separate group chat I'm not in.
But he,
okay.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
right.
that's
we
true.
had
Yeah.
this-
Good. I don't
this
want to be in that one.
discussion
That's like
on
way
Friday.
too much
You know that I
basketball.
threatened him yesterday in the group chat. I said, if you keep up this attitude, you're going to get the Beto treatment, and you're going to excuse yourself from this group chat.
Shut up.
But here's what Chris said yesterday that leaves me very confident about today's show. He said, I'm sitting here watching the game intently, taking notes, because I'm going to have to carry 3 hosts tomorrow who don't know anything about sports. So I assumed he meant,
That's not what I meant, but
what did you mean?
I said I'm going to have to do 9 hours of programming tomorrow, and some of our hosts during a certain window don't watch sports.
Like which window?
I meant noon to 3.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Because
Okay, we're cool.
I took that personally. Yeah. So what I was saying
I went
is,
to
It was a shot at Mace.
oh, it was?
Yeah, but
why
it
don't
was-
you leave the kid alone? He just got back from vacation.
But it was a joke
He works
because
hard.
John watches a lot of sports.
Okay, but this Mace is like all chill.
But Mace knows we're doing a bit.
Oh, okay. You don't think he does? Do you think it's a bit?
I don't really
Chris
care.
does.
The best was when I texted in our group chat about the YouTube thing, and Chris is like, "Is this a bit?"
Well, no,
Because-
that's right. Because Lindsay on Friday, like, first of all, so here's the thing, and I'm going to unbutton my shirt slightly
it.
so you can see it.
Okay.
There's literally a monitor on.
Oh, my God.
This is new now that they put this
Oh
in.
my God!
Well,
This
that's
is only for
instead of the pack, right?
No, this is separate. This is an AFib monitor,
Okay.
which they don't think I have AFib. Nobody does because my watch says that they've done another test. But this is just my head cardiologist wants to check the box, the great Andrew Chen, part of Garfield Medical Center. So
Did you
this
almost
goes on.
die? You almost died. That's
So
what
they
you had.
on Friday morning, Stephanie takes me in. 7:30 appointment.
They shave your chest?
They shave me down.
Oh, nice.
And then they place this on.
Okay, AFib.
So I had gone through that. Then we're back home. Then I had some work to do. I had some calls. I had a long call with our owner, Sam Pines.
Okay.
So then here comes a Lindsay text.
Yeah, what'd it say?
Hey, since it's a holiday Friday, maybe we don't do the YouTube today.
No,
and
that's
I'm
not what I
like,
said.
wait a minute. What?
I'm
and
leaving.
I figured, oh, this is Sedano now trying
What?
to backdoor me through Lindsay
Wait a second.
about the YouTube chat.
Sedano's going to backdoor you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cappy, do we want to let him in on this convo or no?
And let him in on what convo?
On the convo before I sent the text or no?
What do you mean? I don't know what
The
you're even
convo
talking
you
about.
and I had? Okay.
Oh, so now Cappy's backdooring me too?
Wait, we're
Oh,
both
my.
backdooring
I was
you?
just asking if you wanted to let him in
Scumbag.
on the convo.
So wait a minute.
Me
Now,
and George are now just taking turns
so
backdooring you.
you of all
Exactly.
you of all people you of all people that rip George and Lindsay behind their backs constantly
Oh,
I do.
stop. No,
are
he
now
doesn't.
going to try to backdoor me.
Not try.
You a freak, man.
A guy who
I'm-
single-handedly is responsible for your contract.
Fight.
I'm going to have George backdoor you first, and then I'm coming in for sloppy backdoor seconds.
Got it.
What do you think of that? Beto's got
Well, no, what is your Lindsay? Now I want you to tell us the
Yeah,
conversation
tell us the
next.
story.
Next,
Yeah, next.
I'm going to tease it.
Next.
Or now, are we doing a read here or no?
Yes, we're going to do a seller's advantage.
Do you guys want to do seller's
Tell us about
advantage?
seller's advantage, and then I want to hear about how you, a snake in the grass. This is why you got fired from that other job.
Yeah.
Okay,
Along
we're going
with
to do that
everybody
next.
else, okay.
We're going to do that next.
Yeah, okay.
No, you got fired first before. Remember?
Well, that was, maybe a couple of
Tell us
times.
about our friends at Seller's Advantage, Cap.
Hey, look, selling your home. I know the mindset when you're thinking about selling your home. Like, you're thinking to yourself, what kind of money am I going to get? What am I going to do next? And the other part of it is, in your mind, you're like, what a hassle this is going to be. How am I going to pack up 20 years or 30 years? So I understand the emotional part of trying to sell your home. But I'm here to tell you it does not have to be a hassle. Because with Seller's Advantage, you can forget about agents, you can forget about paying commissions, and you can forget about spending a ton of money in costly repairs that you don't even want to do, that you're not even sure you're going to get your money back from. By the time you pay for all the repairs and the agent fees, you could have already sold your home for a very fair, competitive price without the worry of the deal falling through. And the reason you have to worry about it is Seller's Advantage pays cash. They want to incentivize you to sell your home to them and do it fast. They're even offering you $20,000 for moving costs. So here's what I would say. If it's in your mind, it's time to sell. Kids have moved out. I'm ready to move to a different state. I'm ready to downsize, whatever the case may be. Get your free, no obligation cash offer today. Call Seller's Advantage at 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-2747, or visit sellersadvantage.com.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and bam!
You got 710 ESPN in the palm of your hand.
Hey guys, you feel it?
Days are getting longer, sun is getting warmer. Looks like our SoCal summer is right around the corner. Here in California, we are all about choosing chill. From hitting the beach to the best hiking trails to going all out to support our teams. One thing really all ties it together, and that's enjoying it all with good friends and a cold Coors Light. Pick up Coors Light near you or get it delivered to your door today. Visit CAChooseChill.com to learn more. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Waba Grill is an LA original, so we've got to keep it real. Real fresh with our Asian-inspired menu that's grilled to order every time.
Pick me up and never put me down.
Hey, it's Travis. Join us Friday, May 30th from 9 a.m. to noon at Legends Attic in Claremont as we celebrate their one-year anniversary and kick off the Freddie Freeman World Series Game 1 Walk-Off Grand Slam Ball Tour. Plus, Oral Hershiser hosting special guests, Dodgers voice Joe Davis, Steve Sachs, Rick Monday, Jaime Harin, Peter O'Malley, and more. Giveaways in the amazing art of Dave Hobrick. Purchase your tickets for meet and greets at legendsattic.com. We'll see you Friday, May 30th at Legends Attic in Claremont.
Make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Thinking about selling your home? Seller's Advantage makes it easy. No agents, commissions, open houses, or costly repairs. They'll give you a fair cash offer with no surprises. One seller said, and I quote, "Seller's Advantage was faster, easier, and more rewarding than listing my house. The offer matched my expectations, and the process was stress-free." Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free cash offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
The playoffs are in full swing, and you can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JOEQ, J-O-E-Q, to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
This just in, the NFL schedule has dropped, and you know what that means. It's go time. Adam Schefter here with the Insider Tip. If you're trying to catch your team live this season, Vivid Seats is the move. For the best selection of games and seats, it's time to snap your tickets up now. Vivid Seats has great deals on great seats and the only rewards program in the game. It's no wonder they're the official ticketing partner of ESPN. So don't wait. Head to vividseats.com or download the app and lock in those game days.
3:34 on a live Imaging Tuesday on Sedano and Kap. Beto is in. Yesterday, May 26th, she turned 50 years old, the great Lauryn Hill.
Yeah, girl. Did she show up for her birthday? Usually about 3 hours late for her concerts.
Nice job, Beto.
Man, don't ever go to a Lauryn Hill concert.
Also yesterday, 5/26, back in 2017, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales premiered in theaters.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You like movies about pirates?
Well, 60% of the time.
60% of the time, that's true.
About 60% of the time.
Well, George Sedano is traveling across the country, moving from Minnesota now back to Oklahoma City as they get ready for Game 5. This all during the weekend. I'm like, cold like Minnesota.
I know. I can't help it. Anytime somebody says Minnesota, it's the exact same thing.
Cold like Minnesota. And by the way, at 5 o'clock tonight, we'll bring you Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Can the Knicks continue the comeback? No. 5 o'clock on 7:10 a.m. and on the all-new ESPN LA app, the ESPN radio tile. Sedano and Kap will continue on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles and on the Listen Live tile. Now, Friday, because we're continuing this through the playoffs, this isn't a one-week thing. Because there was a game on Friday, we did YouTube. Now, it was a holiday Friday.
Mm-hmm.
was Memorial Day weekend. And hopefully you had a beautiful Memorial Day weekend, and you took a moment to remember what the holiday's all about.
Did you guys all have a nice holiday weekend? Yeah? Anything interesting happening? Anything good?
Did I send you the picture?
No. Of
your former producer?
Not his former producer.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah, you were with Raj this weekend.
Well, I bumped into him.
Sedano and I's former producer.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And JT's former producer.
And then I worked with him at Fox Sports Radio as well.
Great guy. Yeah, we had a fantastic weekend. So finish, Chris.
Okay. Did he take you into the special stash or no?
No, he was busy because I was in Hermosa, in South.
Yeah, right.
South Bay.
Yep.
So Hermosa, and I was like, Raj, start talking to him.
What were you doing down there? It was in the morning.
Hey,
it sounds like you were like watching soccer in the morning or something.
Or were you there the night before? You had some action?
It's all weekend, baby. It's Hermosa. It was Fiesta Hermosa. You should have been there.
Oh, really?
Kat.
Fiesta Hermosa.
Fantastic. But I see Raj.
So he had a Hermosa Heina on Saturday.
No. Hermosa Heinas do not like Humbertos.
Really? Heina de Hermosa?
They love Kaplans.
Oh, really? They do?
Yeah, but you can find something that'll take you on a whim.
Yeah. But I started talking to him, and he just left. He's like, I got to go. My buddy's on stage right now. That's the flex that he had.
Okay.
There's a bunch of bands hanging out. And I'm surprised you weren't there because you're South Bay Cap.
I know, but I had a whole bunch of stuff going on in the South.
Yeah.
For
anyway,
the holiday weekend.
So apparently Friday, you and Winsy had a conversation. I'm guessing that you didn't want to do the YouTube.
I think none of us did.
Yeah,
right. So tell me the conversation, Winsy.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Well,
1-0 Dodgers in Cleveland. Let's go.
I could be wrong, but I feel like either Cap or I don't know if it was you, Cap, or was it I that was just kind of like, so we are doing the YouTube thing again. And then we both we were very much in agreement, like, well, it is Friday before holiday weekend. And then we kind of were like, there's not going to be a lot of people tuning into YouTube at 5 o'clock while they're driving on the Friday before a holiday weekend. So I was like, and then Cap was like, well, if you say something, I feel like he said, well, no. I said, should I say something or should one of us say it? We just kind of left it out there. And I forget if it was me or Cap that was like, I do remember Cap saying like, well, if I say something, he's just going to badger me.
He's
as in you.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
And then I said,
him.
And I said,
give me the Forrest Gump theme while we play this out.
5 o'clock on Friday was beautiful drinking weather too.
Yeah,
you guys
good.
should not have been doing
I know.
shows.
It was so nice out.
I had the margaritas
I
going.
know, man. Oh, it was so nice out.
I was watching.
Yeah, okay.
And I said, well, if George says something, he's just going to say, is this a bit? And he's going to get mad. So should I say something? And Cap did say, well, I think it probably would have a little more weight maybe coming from you than from me or George because I feel like he's just going to shoot us down like he always does.
Oh, like I always do.
You do.
Like I always do.
Right now, I'm an innocent bystander. I'm just listening.
Okay.
All right, so keep
so
going.
Lindsay does
am I
with the
correct,
base
Cap?
hit, 1st and 3rd Dodgers.
Cap, am I correct in summarizing that?
Yes, I would say that.
We were
So
both
that's
in
what you
agreement.
said to her over the phone about me.
It wasn't Cap like saying, hey,
No,
I don't want to do
I'm
this.
sure
we were
it's-
both kind of saying like,
You obviously were saying some detrimental things about me.
No, he
Would you say
wasn't.
they were
A
detrimental?
little
Not at all.
derogatory.
Are they?
I think he was just making a point that if he were to be the
Are they?
one
Really?
to bring it up, that you would just poo-poo it.
Oh, I poo-poo it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you don't agree with that?
Again, we are doing this. Your contract says you work from 3 p.m. till 6 p.m. every day.
Right.
You get compensated nicely.
Decent.
Why would we change that? We've been doing YouTube all week. Why would we change that on Friday?
Well, we were thinking to ourselves, gosh, it's Friday.
Oh.
God, it's a beautiful evening. Man, it's a holiday weekend.
So you weren't thinking about the listeners and our fans?
No, I was thinking
He
about...
did. He was.
I was thinking about the listeners and the fans.
Secondary, maybe.
But I was also thinking to myself...
You were thinking, well, gosh, maybe we could start drinking early, Rachel and I could have an hour off paid for by the company still.
Yeah,
right?
why is there so much
You're contracted from 3 to 6.
Yeah, I know, but like when
Pot it up a little.
when
I want to feel it more.
But when the Lakers would play and we were preempted,
those days are over.
right? And
New era.
Yeah. But there's this feeling, I think.
Well, I would get over the feeling.
Oh,
Go
you
ahead.
would?
Yes.
You would get over that feeling?
That's what I would do.
You would do?
Yeah.
You would? Well, I think what I was saying to Lindsay was, she was like, listen.
But
do you
then,
think-
Wait, Lindsay then sends the text. No, go ahead. Go
Well,
ahead.
I think what my point is that, like what I said to Lindsay is I go,
2-0 Dodgers. Let's go.
If I call Chris and say, hey, Chris, I think it's Friday. It's a holiday weekend.
Dalton Rushton, the rookie.
We haven't done enough talking about what we want this to be.
Yes.
I said,
That was a point.
If I call Chris and say this, he will say to me, you're doing it. I'm not having a conversation.
And he'd say, you're gutless or something.
No, I wouldn't say that. I would say, why don't we talk about it? But you're going to do it anyway. So.
Well, right. So you see, that's what I'm saying is like there wouldn't be a dialogue. It would be a cram down.
No, it's not a cram down.
Well, this
is suggested by the founder of this company.
I understand the suggestion.
Okay.
Well, again, and to Cap's
And by the
point-
way, Friday morning, he did a show with Steve Politziner, the president of the company, as a celebration of Steve's 50th birthday. Did you text Steve on Saturday?
I did not text
I
Steve.
did.
Well, I didn't know it was his birthday.
They did a show Saturday or Friday morning.
Okay.
Well, Friday morning is different from Friday evening.
Yeah, Friday evening of a holiday weekend is a
It's
little
not
different.
evening, it's afternoon.
No. 5 to 6 is considered evening.
No, it's not.
By definition, that is evening.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Well, you get paid
Tommy
quite a
Edmond up
bit.
2-0.
I believe you like to introduce yourself as an afternoon drive personality, not an evening personality. Is your compensation different than when you were an evening personality here?
It's quite different.
Okay.
Yeah, it's quite different,
Thank you,
actually.
then.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I will admit that
First and second, Dodgers.
I said to Lindsay that if you say something to Chris, he might give it some consideration.
So Lindsay
whereas if
says-
I say something to Chris, he will completely blow it off immediately.
And I said, you're right.
Pooing it. He's poo-pooing it.
So Lindsay sends the text.
Don't do it, DeAndre. Don't get involved.
And I'm a little tired now. Was up early for the doctor and the procedure. I say, is this a bit? Guys, we're doing the show just like we've done all week. Let's treat it like it's an hour on 710. We'll have an audience. It may be smaller than the week, but we'll have it for whatever. Everybody doesn't respond. Pretty much like, oh, Chris did what we were expecting. Sedano replies an hour and a half later, we'll do it today. Like, okay. But just for the record, internet traffic is down starting at 2 o'clock Eastern on Friday.
That's right.
Which I chuckle when I read it. I don't reply. But then you text me on the side.
What did I say?
And you said, wow, Chris, I didn't know the internet shuts down.
That's not what
Maybe we should just shut down the radio
you went
station,
against
too.
Sedano?
That's not what happened.
You went against Sedano.
That is not what happened.
Wow.
Read the text. Read it. What did he say?
And I
Take
said,
your glasses off and read it. Take
I
your glasses off.
want this is
Put some readers on.
This is important because this is the kind of text that actually gets screenshotted and tweeted.
Oh, wow.
At Friday at 3:46 p.m.
Not for air precursor?
Nope, not for 3:46 p.m. Christopher Morales to me, quote, I didn't know the internet shuts down on Fridays at 11 a.m. LA time, to which I replied, that's right. I was agreeing with George. That's right.
I did not text you first. You
He
texted me
100%.
first.
I can prove it. He then says, should we shut the radio station off too? With the laugh out loud kind of emoji.
Yeah,
to which
swing
I
at that,
wrote,
Tommy.
in fact, it may not work for us at that time because I was with George. George believes that the internet shuts down at 2 o'clock Eastern time.
Backdooring George while you're backdooring me to Lindsay.
All I know is this. If I have to release the tapes, I'm willing to do so. The initiation came from CMM.
Yeah, but you also didn't stand up.
I agree
and say,
with George.
hey, Lindsay, don't worry about asking. I'll call Chris. You know, I drive him home. We're close. Why don't I do this one?
Yeah.
You and George just sent Lindsay out there.
No. George didn't. George was like, who knows what George was doing? He was probably at dinner with J.J. Redick or something. I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
No, PJ.
Full
count to Tommy
no.
Edmond runs the first and second.
You're a
2-0
bad guy,
Dodgers.
Cap.
Am I?
I didn't realize you were backdooring me the whole time.
I'm the second guy to backdoor you. George gets to backdoor you first aggressively. Me, I'm a little bit more loving.
We all know that if George sent a text that said something along the lines of, hey, it's Friday, it's Memorial Day weekend, at 5 o'clock.
This is like when JT the Brick like to tape his last hour on Fridays.
That's what we should do.
No.
No, just replay the first hour.
Yeah.
It's the same thing anyways.
Can they re-rack us on YouTube?
It's just amazing.
Well, listen, it was Friday evening.
I don't know what that means.
The holiday weekend.
It's Friday afternoon. You get paid till 6.
Right.
Does our audience get to go, you know what?
Edmund
It's
goes
Friday.
into a double play. Come on, Tommy
We're just going to
Edmund.
leave early.
Yeah, they do. That's what they did.
Yeah, but they don't when they're paid insane amounts of money like Kappy is.
I don't know about insane.
Yeah, I don't know about insane.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Like,
All I
we
know
got to
is
use the Cappy
we were
code.
trying to finagle like a little break because we wanted to be like, let's regroup and like talk about this.
Well, then
That's all.
regroup. Have you done any regrouping?
No,
Yeah,
not
a
yet.
lot of regrouping.
It's
Hold on.
Tuesday.
Lot
Did
of
you do any
regrouping.
regrouping,
I've
Cap?
regrouped a lot.
Did you?
I have done a lot of individual personalization regrouping.
You literally asked today, are we even doing the YouTube
Well,
show?
yeah, because
you
DeAndre
didn't
told me it
promote
wasn't on the schedule.
You were on lit all day long. Not once did you mention YouTube.
Yeah,
And
why
you
not?
No, I did
You
mention
promote
it.
everything else except for
No,
5
I
and
did
6
promote.
today.
I
We
promoted
feel
it.
neglected.
Yeah.
I didn't promote it as heavy as I promoted last
I
week.
will say
None of
on
us do it
Friday,
on YouTube.
Chris did say, well, I've been promoting it all day.
When we were
Not
promoting.
today.
Yeah, that was one of the main reasons why he didn't choose to give us that hour off.
Mookie Betts up.
He's
with
like, I
runners at
promoted
first.
it all day.
All right, first and third for the Dodgers. Mookie Betts up 2-0 in the second. Cleveland, not for you.
Not for you.
I just don't understand.
Cleveland! This is for you!
I don't understand why this is such a thing.
I thought we were talking about you golfing and spending a lot of money.
Part of it is a bit now.
Well, now it's a bit.
Because, they like to get your heart pumping a little faster.
Well, now that you got that AFib
Yeah.
machine on.
No wonder you have better energy today.
Yeah. Are you?
Well, it's not giving me energy. It's just.
Well, you're bringing the heat.
I feel
baby.
like it is.
You're
I
bringing
feel like
it.
it's giving you energy.
Are you
No, it's
getting a
because my weight
pacemaker?
continues. No, a pacemaker's inside of you.
I know, but are you getting one?
No.
Well, just in case something ever happens, and then they click a button. They press
once they
enter.
do this echo
Yeah.
in about 3.5 weeks.
Okay.
This echocardiogram.
What's an echo?
An echocardiogram. It probably will show that my heart is actually back to normal.
Really?
Mhm.
Back to pre
Black.
Well, pre wasn't good. Back to a normal percentage rate. So a normal heart's infraction rate, ejection rate, that's how it's pushing out blood, is 55 to 70%.
Okay.
If you're over 70%, you're actually too active.
Okay.
And if it was 100%, it would blow out of your chest.
What about 60%?
So I went into the hospital.
Some people don't know if it's 60% or not.
Yeah.
I went into the hospital at 16%.
Oy vey.
Extreme failure.
Mm-hmm.
So my heart was barely pumping. That's how that caused the strokes.
And the inflammation of the
and the edema, yeah,
edema,
because it wasn't pushing the fluid out.
Right.
So now I left the hospital at 40%. So now we're hopeful that we're back, in that 55 to 70.
How long does that AFib thing hang on you?
2 weeks.
2-2 to Mookie Betts, not Mickey Mouse. Man.
Oh,
Bisbee.
boy.
No, don't try to do my Mickey voice.
What do you mean you're Mickey voice?
I'm not
That's
going
Mickey's
to dinner with
Mickey
you,
voice.
and I'm not walking
Yes,
with you.
you are.
No.
Oh, yes, you
Dude,
are.
Cleveland's going to the bullpen early. Their pitchers got
You are-
45 pitches already through
You are having
inning
dinner
and
with me,
two-thirds.
and then we are walking the streets of downtown LA tonight.
But I'm not buying you guys dinner again.
Well, wait.
I bought dinner last
3-2
week.
to Mookie, yeah.
What do you mean you bought dinner last week?
I did for you
No,
guys.
you did not.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't.
He was the first one to pay.
We split it.
No, you didn't.
Yes, we did.
No, you didn't.
1,000% we split it.
Cappy LLC did not. I saw alligators.
No. We split that dinner last week. We split it.
Well, then you could pay today.
No. What are you talking about? when you pulled out your credit card,
No, I
me and
didn't.
Chris pulled out our credit.
That
We were
was a
like,
fake.
we got it. We
Is
got
there
it.
any word from Sedano if he's doing his show today? Or
I
no?
wouldn't.
We have not heard from him.
It's
doing it.
amazing.
The last note we got
football
from
movie.
him.
He's busy,
He's
bro.
traveling, man.
He's
Let
part
him
of the
work.
NBA Finals radio broadcast
He
team
did a real good job yesterday
on
too, man.
ESPN, dude.
Him and Keston.
Can we at least call him and maybe see what's going on?
Delayed flights.
I was looking forward to talking ball.
The last time we talked to
You
him,
were?
Yeah.
we
Okay,
heard
well,
from
let's
him.
talk some ball.
No, why?
He was talking about what kind of silly topic is that type of thing. Remember?
First and third, Dodgers. Come on, Mookie, do something.
I got to get this game on over your shoulder. You're watching it.
Spectrum.
I need it. I don't have it. Maybe I need the
Inside.
MLB app. Anyway.
All right, 347.
Mookie walks, bases loaded. Let's go.
We will talk about last night's game, Timberwolves.
Look, no, why are you even lying? We're not going to talk about it.
No, we are going to talk about it.
we're
We
not.
are going to talk about
Because
it.
we're going to
No,
come
we are gonna
back,
talk
and there's
about
going to be like an 86% heart or something like that.
No,
It's
he's
on.
very confident. He watched the game yesterday. Very, very confident guy.
Well, I watched Mission Impossible instead. That was pretty good.
What did you watch?
Mission Impossible.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Tom Cruise.
Which one?
The new one.
Oh, really?
You watched it?
Yeah, I went to go see it. I had nothing to do yet, so I watched it.
Wow.
Because I knew we weren't going to talk about the game, so why watch the basketball game?
Oh, I'm going to talk
So you
about
didn't
the
watch the game at all?
No.
Okay, good.
It got
Wait,
to
I
the
just
point.
was defending you, Beto.
Literally, she was just defending you to me.
It got to the point in our group chat. You ready for this, Beto? So I made the line of hey, we're headed to the fourth, right? Of which, of course, I was immediately ridiculed
No wonder
for
you
saying,
can't come
"Hey,
up with a
go to the
5
fourth."
2 hour.
Bases loaded, Freddie Freeman.
Then let me tell you what happened.
Guardians bullpen is up.
When there were 5 minutes left, I was like, we're less than halfway through. We got less than half the fourth quarter. We got to the point where it was like 3.2 seconds left. 1.1, like everybody was putting in the time code of what was going on in the game, all because of Chris and that snarky comment about we're headed to the fourth with a real game. Huh? And you're doing the Dodgers. Dodgers bases loaded.
Like you really want to talk about OKC and Minnesota?
I do.
Do you really?
I do.
Break it down.
Oh, I'm
please.
gonna break it down.
Oh, let's go,
Oh,
Kevin
I am.
Garnett.
Slot cut.
Give me some Derek Martin breakdown.
Right.
Let's go.
All right, let's hear what Chris has to say. He watched the game last night. He wants to break it down.
Don't break down. Freddie Freeman's bases loaded right now.
Cap, why don't you tell us about our friends at Ocean Subaru
I would
in
love
Fullerton?
to. I would love to. First of all, let me just say this. This Subaru Outback that I'm driving right now, and I've driven a lot of them. I've driven a lot of different Subaru models.
And he goes over curbs, right?
This Outback, I'm telling you, is my favorite thus far. I always talk about the safety and the reliability and the all-wheel drive, but I'm telling you right now, Ocean Subaru of Fullerton is still having their Memorial Day savings, but it will not last for much longer. You can take advantage of a 0% financing for 72 months on a brand new 2025 Subaru Solterra or the 2025 Subaru Crosstrek. I've driven that one. Awesome. Just 3.9% financing for 48 months. And when you buy a new Subaru right now at Ocean Subaru of Fullerton, there is a gift that goes with the purchase, like a Sonos speaker, which is just great for your house. I mean, honestly, like these things blast. An iron forged griddle, which sounds pretty good. Maybe making some bacon in the morning or some smash burgers. An inflatable paddleboard, perfect with the summer coming right up, or a $500 gift card. So, for complete details, visit OceanSubaruOC.com or come to Ocean Subaru on Euclid Street in Fullerton and check out our huge selection of Subarus. Hurry into Ocean Subaru today because these extended savings end real soon.
It's the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Every weekday morning at 9 a.m.
We were a little delinquent on a Mother's Day gift that we finally punched the ticket on.
Hey guys, double down with me in my first ever $10,000 blackjack tournament. It's going to happen on June 6th at the Bicycle Casino. You know it, the Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a live broadcast from 3 to 6. But when you walk in, I want you to say, double down with Kappy. You go to the Players Reward Desk and you get your free entry into the tournament, which is going to start at 7 o'clock that night. Remember, it's June 6th. Double down with Kappy is going to get you a free entry into the tournament, which you're going to need to get because I'm telling you, this thing's going to fill up real fast. Live radio, real cards, big prizes, very limited seats. So lock yours in now. RSVP for more information for all the details on the tournament at ESPNLA.com.
Hey, it's Travis. Join us Friday, May 30th from 9 a.m. to noon at Legends Attic in Claremont as we celebrate their one-year anniversary and kick off the Freddie Freeman World Series Game 1 Walk-Off Grand Slam Ball Tour. Plus, Oral Hershiser hosting special guests, Dodgers voice Joe Davis, Steve Sachs, Rick Monday, Jaime Harin, Peter O'Malley, and more. Giveaways in the amazing art of Dave Hobrick. Purchase your tickets for meet and greets at legendsattic.com. We'll see you Friday, May 30th at Legends Attic in Claremont.
Has dropped, and you know what that means. It's go time. Adam Schefter here with the insider tip. If you're trying to catch your team live this season, Vivid Seats is the move. For the best selection of games and seats, it's time to snap your tickets up now. Vivid Seats has great deals on great seats and the only rewards program in the game. It's no wonder they're the official ticketing partner of ESPN. So don't wait. Head to vividseats.com or download the app and lock in those game days.
Sedano and Kap live Imaging Tuesday. Beto's hanging out with us. 3:53 p.m. Lenny Kravitz. His birthday yesterday, he turned 61.
Damn.
On May 26th. Also yesterday, Hank Williams Jr. turned 76. All my rowdy friends are here for Monday night.
Oh, that guy. That's his name?
Hank Williams Jr.?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking a country boy can survive.
Also, Scott Disick of Kardashian fame.
Okay.
Turned 42.
Yeah.
Really?
Courtney's guy.
Yeah.
Is that right? Are they still together?
No.
No. She's with the guy from Blink, right?
Yeah.
Oh, the guy with all the
Travis
tattoos
Barker.
all over his head?
Yeah.
Travis Barker, yeah.
Travis Barker?
I think that's his name, yeah.
Don't
Okay.
forget, at 5 o'clock, we will bring you Eastern Conference Finals, game number 4 between the Pacers and Knicks. Let's go, Knicks. Let's go. Knicks could take
Why?
it now.
Why go Knicks?
Because I hate Reggie Miller.
Wait a second.
I
You
love
hate-
Halliburton.
You hate
Halliburton.
Reggie Miller?
Yeah. So watching him watch his team choke yet again to the they didn't always choke to the Knicks, but him just choking in general brings me joy.
Okay.
Now I don't really
Wow, that
care.
is really, really deep.
Well,
pick.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
a
going
Ju-
like a generation
Well, I'm a
earlier.
I'm
yeah.
a Jordan
How many
guy.
people even know that Reggie Miller played for the Pacers?
I think he talks about it nonstop.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Man,
He
generation.
cheers for them during
He's
the
in
broadcast.
his 50s, right?
He's got to be pushing 60
He's
for
got to
sure.
be over 60.
Yeah, definitely.
He has little kids.
Plus, anyway. So
Go Pacers.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
I love
also
Hallie.
I'm also on the Pacers.
I love
I
Hallie.
know. So what?
What do you mean? So what?
So why go Knicks?
Because I want to go Knicks.
Well, go Pacers.
No, I'm a Bulls guy.
I'm a Pacers guy.
Well, I guess what history do they've never won dog crap.
Oh, really?
Then let's go.
Yeah, okay.
So the whole
I don't want to hear Knicks fans. They're insufferable, Ben Lyons.
I don't want to hear. Oh, there's a guy who's insufferable. I don't want to hear. I don't want to. No, because of the Knicks talk.
Yeah, Knicks tape.
But you know what? I would like Ben Lyons to see his team in the final. Has he ever? Not in his lifetime,
probably
right?
not.
No, I don't-
Probably not. Listen, I would just say this. I wanted the Knicks to beat the Celtics because I find Celtics fans
and Boston fans to be insufferable.
I like the fan base. I like what the Knicks are doing, taking over New York City.
Yeah, they should.
That's cool. For guys like Ben Lyons who've never seen this in their lifetime, that's cool.
They
But
should.
more importantly, I want to see Reggie Miller choke and watch his team
But he's
choke.
not playing.
It doesn't matter. He loves all the Pacers, all the little choke sign in game one. And by the way,
they're up 2-1.
If it all turns out that way, Lindsay was right. This started the original brawl with Sedano in text.
Right.
The other night when Lindsay says, "Isn't it a little early for them to be doing that in game one?" And she was absolutely correct.
Well, wait a second.
Especially if they lose tonight.
Well, but that's if they lose tonight. So if the Pacers win tonight
Let's
and they
go.
take a 3-1 lead,
Let's go.
then this series is, statistically speaking, over. Very, very, very few teams have ever come back from 3-1. So,
but there's a chance.
There's definitely a chance.
I think this one goes 7.
It could.
Yeah. All the road games have been won.
But that's right. Thus far, all the road teams have won. But tonight, if Indiana wins, then it's 3-1, and the likelihood of New York being able to come back and win the next 3 games.
There's always a chance.
No, a chance
There's
to be
always a
sure.
chance.
Well, let me ask you this.
I just want more games here on 710 ESPN.
Because you like the YouTube component.
No, I want you off at 5.
No off at 5.
He won't be at 5.
You won't be off?
No,
Oh, man.
no off at 5. No. We get paid till 6. We stay on till 6.
Exactly.
That's the way it goes. That's right. So I'm rooting for Indiana tonight. And by the way,
Let's go.
Halliburton's dad.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the arena.
In the suite.
Yeah, they won't let him sit on the floor.
Well, they don't want him to attack another player like he did Giannis.
Minor details.
I mean, couldn't they just slap his wrist and go, "Dad, hey, Pops, when the game is over, you stand up like everybody else"?
Yeah, please don't run up to another team's player and put a sign in his face.
Nah, that's where he belongs. Put him up in the suite.
Don't go to Jalen Brunson with a flag of Tyrese Halliburton and get in his face.
No more.
You know?
No more. I think he learned his lesson.
All right. Well, I was hoping that he'd be back on the floor. But you think the Knicks are going to win this game tonight?
I do.
Where are we watching the game?
I'm not watching it with you.
Why
but
not?
I'll watch it on my own.
Why?
Because I don't like you.
So wait, today you don't like me?
The way you stabbed me in the back to Lindsay?
I didn't stab you in the back.
Yeah, you did.
No, I did not.
Whatever, dude.
Backstabber. Isn't that a song?
Yeah, the Backstabbers by the OJs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But wait, I
they
thought...
smile in your face
Yep.
all the
That's in the
time.
theme
They're trying to
song,
take
Cap.
your place. The
Dustin Mace right there.
Backstabbers. Backstabbers. That's you, Cap.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess
Wow,
so.
you take so much. Man.
Yeah, I know, and he's just takes things so
It's not even the
personally.
first hour.
I know. Like
After all I've done for you.
right after all of that, and then I say
You saved his career, right?
Right, that's right. Saved my career.
100%.
And then Lindsay.
And by the way, last week. This is you.
Okay.
This is you, Cap.
I'm
You're
an
a
OJ?
backstabber.
Oh, I thought it was OJ. No,
No,
not
you're
a member of the
backstabber.
OJs.
No, you're a backstabber.
Really?
And then, by the way, and we'll get into this after the 4 o'clock hour. Your cronies in San Diego taking shots at Beto and DeAndre?
No, that's not
No,
true.
that's not true.
Yeah.
When?
No,
Last
that's not
week.
true at all.
God.
They didn't take shots at Beto and DeAndre. They took shots at you.
Oh, I'm real scared of them.
Well, no, you didn't have to be scared.
Those two clowns couldn't hold my headphones.
Well, I don't know. They disagree.
Okay.
They disagree.
Yeah.
They do. They do.
I got their merch, by the way.
Oh, good. Good. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Maybe if they dream real hard, they can get an intinternship here one day.
Oh, wow.
Nope, no chance.
No, I don't think so. I think they're
No
kind of
chance.
past that age. I don't
No,
think they're going to be doing
they're
any
not qualified.
internships. Yeah, I don't think they. Yeah, they're a little too overqualified for that.
After now, I hear what you say to Lindsay about me behind my back. I wonder what you say about me to them.
What do you think?
Probably. Oh, yeah, I just do. I go along with the big guys.
Wow, you're so paranoid.
It's not my fault.
God, you're so paranoid.
So you want some hoodies for Cap and crew?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
gotcha.
need the whole thing.
Fun.
Yeah, now
Get back
you
the
got
hoodie.
this Fugazi business thing going on with Beto. I'm sure that's not going to go south.
Well, who do you blame that on, me or Beto?
I blame it on you for being cheap.
What? How am I
he's
cheap?
actually
Because
he's
Beto
not-
got you by like, hey, I can save you 50% on
No,
shipping
no,
or
No, not
something.
even 50.
that's not what
I
happened.
said he's giving away money, which is not Scott Kaplan like.
Right.
Hey, by the way, we got a breaking news. George just texted us and said, checking in.
But checking in, is he checking into the chat or is he checking
I
into
don't
the
know.
hotel?
Let's ask him. You guys, someone else has. Should I respond? Oh,
Yeah, this is
checking
how-
in. You're right. Checking into hotels.
This is
That's
how the
probably what he
conversation
means.
went when I was talking behind your back. Lindsay, why don't you check with George? Because if I check with George and ask what checking in means,
I think we
he
were all
might
kind
lose
of
his
scared to
mind.
text you, Chris.
3:59, we're going to get George Sedano's thoughts
Yes.
and
He was
producer
very
D,
planned.
Young D's thoughts
Oh, he's here?
on Anthony, on the
I'm here.
gutless performance by Anthony Edwards last night.
Wow, gutless.
No
Gutless.
chance we talk basketball.
No, we will.
Zero.
Trying.
Yeah, we are.
Trying.
Look, Roland Garros.
That's coming up next. Sedano and Cap. Your Tuesday afternoon, a live imaging Tuesday on 710.
It's the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Every weekday morning at 9 a.m.
Speak up. Turn the music down. Neo. How many wives does Neo have now?
4.
Easy. 4 wives.
Easy.
Right? He does.
Yeah,
Hey, that's
4
what he 4 wives. I'm not kidding.
It's a lot of wives.
Hey, that's a lot. One's enough. My God, 4? When do you sleep?
Excellent
Will
question.
you stop? Come on, give me.
I'm just going to let you finish.
It's Trav and D-Far. Back tomorrow after Clinton and Friends.
On LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
Hey, Southern California, I'm Ty Pennington, you know, the home guy, teaming up with Pechanga Resort Casino to give away a brand new house. Imagine yourself in a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom home in incredible Temecula, California. All you need to do is play your favorite slots or table games at Pechanga Resort Casino. The more you play, the more entries you earn. Visit Pechanga.com or call 888-PECHANGA for complete details on Home Sweet Win.
Rules and conditions apply. Go to Pechanga.com for more details.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment development.
Hey, it's Travis. Join us Friday, May 30th from 9 a.m. to noon at Legends Attic in Claremont as we celebrate their 1-year anniversary and kick off the Freddie Freeman World Series Game 1 Walk-Off Grand Slam Ball Tour. Plus, Oral Hershiser hosting special guests, Dodgers voice Joe Davis, Steve Sachs, Rick Monday, Jaime Harim, Peter O'Malley, and more. Giveaways in the amazing art of Dave Hobrick. Purchase your tickets for meet and greets at legendsattic.com. We'll see you Friday, May 30th at Legends Attic in Claremont.
I don't think I said anything wrong, Cap.
I don't know. I think you did.
I was being honest.
Well, here's
4:02 in the Southland, a live imaging Tuesday on Sedano and Cap. Beto's here. Sedano's checking into the hotel. I don't know what that
He said,
means
I'm
for.
setting up the equipment.
I don't know what that means for our business necessarily, but I hope that means that we'll get his thoughts soon on Game 4 last night, the Western Conference Finals. Meanwhile, it is time for what you need to know.
Being brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times, less than 90 minutes from wherever you are.
Take it away, producer Lindsay.
Thank you, Christopher. So what you need to know is that the Dodgers are the first team in Major League Baseball to travel with not only 1, but 2 private planes. So the reason they're doing this is because instead of cramming all of the personnel and all the other people that travel along with the team all together on one big plane, they're doing one plane just for the players, just the roster, and then the other plane is for everybody else. So they're doing this so the players can spend more time together by themselves and like bond together like a familia.
Say what kind of plane it is that the players fly on? And I ask,
I think it was a 767.
Okay, the reason I'm asking is because how many players do you think there are? 30-ish players. You got 9 position players, backups, pitching staff. I mean, what do you got? 30 guys
like
on a
less
major
than
league
40.
roster?
It's the players with the manager, the coaches, and the bullpen staff.
Right, but
Even
about,
Dave
so about 40
Roberts.
about there.
Even Dave Roberts travels on the second plane.
Right, so that's my point, is that it's only players on plane A, and Dave Roberts and staff, Mark Pryor, and the whole staff and everybody, the equipment managers, the trainers, they're all on plane 2.
Yeah.
So you got to imagine that they've just doubled, obviously, their costs, which to the Dodgers doesn't mean anything.
No.
Like, the reason that the Dodgers can do this and no one else can is because they're the Dodgers.
Because they have the money.
Right. Could you imagine the
I mean,
Pirates?
well, everybody can do it. They just choose not to. Because all the owners are billionaires.
Yes.
They can do it. They just choose not to.
Yeah, but, I mean, if you looked at their travel costs for the year and you said, hey, the Dodgers travel costs, I'm making up a number, $50 million, well, they just turned it into $100 million.
Yeah.
So my question is, how big are these individual planes? Because the first one with the players, there's 30 or 40 guys. Call it 40.
It says on the LA Times website that they charter a Boeing 757 from Delta and a Boeing 737 from United. So I'm assuming the 757 is for the players.
No, 757 probably for the staff because it's the bigger plane. So
okay.
737 probably just for the players because you only need about 35 of them. so you can spread out.
They got those planes decked out or they just
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Well, remember last week I told you, Kappy, one of the reasons they were going to New York right after the game is because they wanted to make sure the sleep patterns were there. So some of these players were talking about it in that article, Lindsay, about how you get there at night, you have a full day off to rest your body, have dinner, acclimate yourself. Instead of traveling the next day, it's a full travel.
Yeah, so there's no more let's leave in the morning. They're always leaving right after the game.
Immediately.
But when they charter a plane, or when did you say that they leased the plane from United, or either way?
Either way.
But right, do they go in and do they gut it and they make it like for a pro sports team, or do they say no, it's just as is? But so what? There's only 40 guys on the plane. Everybody has a row.
It's as is. Like the Mavs, they have their own private plane. Cuban bottom of plane. I think these are just chartered.
They coordinate towards their two airline partners, Delta and United.
They're just the charter that they're getting.
Let me tell you something right now.
How happy do you get when there's nobody next to you on a regular plane?
Oh, dude. And how happy are you as a ball player that the manager's not on the plane, the coaches aren't on the plane, the trainers aren't there? I mean, I'm almost a little surprised because, like, a lot of times trainers will be on team planes so they can help treat players on the
I'm pretty sure if they needed one, like, hey, I need you to work on something right now, he'll go with them.
Yeah.
But most likely no.
But, you say that, all owners could do that because they're all billionaires.
Yeah.
I look at the Pittsburgh Pirates just as an example, and that guy who owns that team, they have made more mistakes just this year alone. And people there, just using them as an example, want that ownership to sell that team so badly.
Because he's not spending the money.
Because he doesn't put any money into the team.
But he's making money.
I don't know how exactly, other than I guess maybe local media rights.
No, revenue sharing. You're going to get the money. You get your check cut to you for doing nothing. That's why the baseball rights that are ESPN is giving up. That's going to affect a lot of these teams. These small market teams with the RSNs that are not going to be available anymore. Like the Angels are not going to be available, I think, on Channel 13 over the air TV.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these teams are now giving the games away for a local market. San Diego, Padres are doing one of those. So these guys get a check from the revenue sharing for doing nothing.
I wonder what could you imagine Artie Moreno fans were like, well, how come you don't have two planes? And
how come you just don't spend?
Yeah, well, it's like, hey, listen, I don't want to have two planes. I don't want to spend the fuel. I don't want to have two different teams going two different places. I mean, listen.
This is why when you're a free agent, you're willing to take a little bit less to come to the Dodgers. Because all the amenities that they have for you in and out of the field.
It's the first time I've ever heard of it. And it's got to be the only team in all of pro sports that does it. Because there's nobody else, maybe other than the Yankees, I guess maybe the Red Sox, maybe the Giants. Like, only certain teams could really afford to do this, and nobody else is doing it. And that's just another advantage that the Dodgers have over everybody else.
Yeah.
By the way, not breaking any rules.
No, the Yankees can do it.
Just taking advantage
Boston could do it.
Of the money that they've got. There you go.
Every single team can do it.
That's what you need to know. It's brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times, less than 90 minutes from wherever you are.
How about
we
this
are
one, Kappy?
moments from connecting with George Sedano.
Kappy, let me put a button on that.
Okay.
In 2024, MLB revenue reached a record $12.1 billion.
Okay.
Teams shared a portion of their local revenues. Each team received an estimated $110 million or more.
Okay.
For doing nothing.
Yeah.
So if you're Pittsburgh,
in
my pocket, bro.
You got that $110 million
coming your way. For
yeah.
doing nothing.
Don't need to spend any money.
Let me sign one free agent that's over the hill.
They haven't signed any. They haven't signed a free
signed
agent.
One.
Who was it? Do you know?
The pitcher that they signed.
I thought the stat was that they haven't signed a free agent in like the last 10 years or something like that.
For big money, something like that. And then they bring McCutchen back. Oh, goodwill tour, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, 4:08 p.m. After the first hour of just fun and not even fun and frivolity, just exposing Kappy for being a complete backstabber. We are now joined by the host of the show and somebody who will tell us about basketball, even though Beto keeps fighting that we're not going to talk about basketball.
Well, because you interrupt everything about the basketball talk.
I'm trying to do basketball talk, and you're like, I didn't watch the game yesterday, so I don't know how that helps us. The one and only great
at this station.
George Sedano joins us live from the road.
Hello there.
Hi, George.
Hi there.
I never thought I'd be so happy to hear your voice, but go ahead.
I heard you talking about Reggie Miller. You want him to choke like a dog?
Yes,
my guy, Reggie?
Yeah, I do. And I think the Knicks are going to win tonight, and I think they're going to win the series.
I think the Knicks can win tonight.
See, we have that in common.
How about that?
I think the Knicks can win tonight. It's only 2.5, the spread.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
That's good action, Kappy.
Pacers are favored by 2.5?
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually thought about betting on last night's game, and I don't even know what the line was. I was like, I'm so confident that Oklahoma City's going to win this game, but
I'm pretty sure it was a low number yesterday too. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, well, I'm glad I didn't play it. I did play a bunch of prize picks today, which I'll get to later on.
Yeah.
So George, tell us what exactly happened today in terms of
I had
travel problems.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't that. I mean, it just is what it is, right? So I had a morning flight to Chicago that originally was going to have a 90-minute layover because there's the only direct from Minneapolis to OKC is at 6:30 at night. So that wasn't going to help because then I would have missed the show completely at that point. There was no chance of me making the show. So I said, all right, in order to make the show, I'm going to have to take an earlier flight. So I took a 9 a.m. flight that was supposed to have a 90-minute layover in Chicago that turned into a 3-hour layover, basically. So that's why I'm here now.
All right. Well,
not
we're
for the start of the show.
Glad you're here.
I'm glad you're here too, George.
Well, Chris is very upset today.
Why?
And he's putting it all on me because that's what he does, which is exactly.
Oh, I did catch briefly while I was in the car, like you guys talking about
the text from Friday.
Right, and how you and I spoke briefly.
Yes.
And I was just telling you, like, we need a better plan.
But Cap apparently basically begged Lindsay to send the text because he was afraid to stand up and say,
I didn't beg her. All I did was this. I said, look, here's what Chris will do.
And then today he said, are we even doing the YouTube show?
Right, and that's because.
As though my original memorandum was not clear.
Well, memorandum. That is because DeAndre told me it was not on the schedule. Lindsay did. I feel like Beto didn't know. Like there was a question mark about today's YouTube.
I said I didn't think it was happening because Morales did not overly promote like he normally does everything. Over promote, over promise, everything here at 710.
And then DeAndre said, "Well, it's not on the schedule." So I'm like, I don't know. Maybe they've made a decision that we're not going to do YouTube.
Don't you think there would have been an updated memorandum?
Perhaps. Perhaps, I suppose, an updated memorandum.
Now, you know what you should do? Every one of your emails should have a title that's
memorandum
on it. It says in memorandum.
Yeah. So, George, so let me just go back to
Now,
Friday,
here's what I would say, Christopher.
Yes.
An hour is too long.
Okay, but couldn't we just say that an hour
30 minutes 30 minutes is like a good sweet spot.
Okay. I appreciate the feedback, but if we do an hour of content, like a 7:10 hour, we put commercials, right? So it's not quite an hour.
Yeah, but commercials on YouTube is not fun. Like, nobody's doing commercials on YouTube very often.
We do every day, but, I mean, that's what we do.
No, but what I'm saying is, like, if you want – the YouTube should be made different. It shouldn't just be a carryover of Sedano and Kap. It should be a different version of what we do, maybe, and again, more planned out in a way that we – like, I thought the first day we did it when Beto was at Dodger Stadium, that stuff was fun. We played cards to promote the bicycle casino. I thought that was great. Like, we had
so
real
basically
things.
The days that I wasn't part of the show, it went downhill because Cap brought no creativity. Is that what you're saying?
See, this is once again the boring.
I thought it was
it's
great.
so boring.
Well,
like,
it might be boring, but it sounds like it's true.
Get over, like, bro.
It sounds like it's
You've got to
true.
come up with a little bit more. You've
It
got
sounds
to
like-
be
Do better.
You got to be better.
Well, do better.
You can't have an entire act based on constantly saying something negative about me. You have to have more of an act.
But it's
You
true.
can't- No,
It's
you
not an
can't.
act.
You cannot. If this is your act. If your act is I say something negative about Cap every time somebody gives me a chance to say something, that's not a real act.
But it's not an act.
Okay, so then what is it? Go
the
ahead.
shows that I was here for
Yeah.
sounded like they went better than the shows I wasn't part of, correct?
Okay, which shows were you here for?
The playing cards.
Okay.
Beto on the road.
Okay.
The first
Those are
2
the
days.
same show.
Yeah.
Come on, I got you, bro. Come on.
So it's my fault.
So Monday we had huge numbers and
Okay.
went up. Then Tuesday was
because
good.
that was our first day of doing it.
Right.
Okay.
Well, no, but
And it was
shorter.
only 30
It was a
minutes.
short-
And it
It
was
was a
only 30
30-minute
minutes,
window.
right?
Yeah, it was only 30 minutes.
So everything is on me.
No, not
Well,
necessarily.
no, but you've got you don't have anything to say to George because you're petrified of George.
I'm not petrified
I
of
put
George.
Lindsay up to talking to you because I knew that you would just bully me because that's your whole act is no Cap, we're doing it this way. You get paid till 6 o'clock.
Well, you do
like,
get
come
paid
on,
till
bro.
6
Like,
o'clock.
come on, you've got more than this. You're
You got
better.
paid
kind
till
of
6
proving
o'clock.
his
funnier
point.
than that.
You get paid till 6
He's
o'clock.
kind of proving his point, Chris.
Yeah, I
What?
mean, that
like,
all you do,
how
like
you
your whole
react.
act is just everything is me.
But I don't
You're
get paid
better
when
than
you
that.
get paid.
But what does that have to do with anything?
Well, you get paid to come up with a better act, so come up with
Okay,
one.
so I'll tell you what. You leave.
Okay.
I'll do my act.
Okay.
And with Beto and George.
Okay.
And let's see how it goes.
Well, no, because it's a live imaging Tuesday, but tomorrow you can bring
Okay.
your act.
Got live imaging Wednesday.
No, I won't be doing live
Okay.
imaging
Because
tomorrow.
I'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll do the imaging. So go ahead. Talk basketball.
Go ahead.
Well, no, now we have George, who's the expert.
Ball knowers.
No, you watch the game.
We just talked about it.
We
Did
didn't
we
talk-
not?
No.
We talked about the game yesterday, did we not?
No.
Okay, so
Not
George
one
and I
bit.
are going to talk about the game?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So, George, I think that Anthony Edwards' performance, I said he should be embarrassed and humiliated based on what he did last night.
Well, I think that is a very easy way to look at it. What I would say is
Easy?
that
Wait a second. An expert like yourself
I'm
just
not a
gave something
basketball expert.
easy?
I'm not a basketball
Come on,
expert.
man.
Oh, he went to the Jordan would have done it.
That's not what I said.
Oh.
Well, I would also say that you're looking at it, when you're there, you're watching the game, like you see the way they're defending him. Now I don't think that what he did was wrong. Like, could he have taken more than 2 shots in the first half? Sure, but he didn't want to force anything. And there were literal possessions. I tweeted this earlier where, because I didn't like that Stephen A. had that similar take. So I respectfully disagree with both of you. And I would say that you look at an Oklahoma City team that has Lou Dort, first team all-defense, Alex Caruso, who's been a all-defensive player, Jalen Williams, an all-defensive caliber player, and a guy who will absolutely make all-defensive teams in the future, but he's a rookie, is Cason Wallace. And there were times Anthony Edwards had to see all 4 of those guys on one possession alone as he was trying to weave his way through the offense. They're a historic defensive team, and we keep dismissing how good Oklahoma City is because, A, they're in Oklahoma City, and B, they're really young. And it's like there comes a time where it's like, no, they're really bleeping good.
So Mason made the point earlier that Anthony Edwards was double-teamed 100% of the time.
Well, not 100, but...
Okay, but let's say it's 90%.
But a lot. They were selling out, certainly, to make sure Ant didn't beat them.
Isn't it part of what Anthony Edwards does in wanting to be the face of the league, to be able to fight
He doesn't
out
want to
of
be
it?
the face of the league. Actually, he said much to the contrary.
Well, don't we want him to be the face of the league?
I mean, we do, but he has literally said he does not want to be.
I think he wants to be a little bit. Just a little bit, right? He gets paid to be the face of the league.
No, he's not paid to do anything, actually. He's paid to play basketball.
Okay. Well, I think that we all in the media business want him to be the face of the league eventually.
Well, because people want an American guy.
I don't think that that's a bad thing.
I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just saying that's what people want. They want an American guy.
Now, Shea played like he's the face of the league.
Shea is the MVP for a reason.
Yeah, and he has better
by the way,
teammates.
Shea has better teammates. He does have better teammates.
You have guys that can shoot the ball. They were knocking him down with ease.
I mean, yeah. And look, the T-Wolves, Anthony Edwards created so many open looks for his teammates yesterday. And that stuff is not discussed enough. Like, yeah, he didn't necessarily shoot the ball all that much, but because they were overloading on him, he got those guys a ton of shots. They scored 123 points against the best defense in the league. 41 of those points came in the fourth quarter.
And it just came down to a free throw contest at the end.
Right.
One thing about Edwards, though, OKC did a great job with him where he had to give up the ball late in the shot clock, right? With the Lakers, they would switch, I think, like around 18, 19, and he would have his way with him. Oklahoma City forced him to get into bad spots.
The Lakers are not in Oklahoma City's league
at all.
Not even close.
He was able to pick them apart with ease, and they Dagano did a great job with his coaching staff. The scouting report.
By the way, great job pronouncing his name properly.
Yeah,
it is Dagnall.
Yeah, G League coach, man. Only 39 years old, doing a great job. But OKC did a great job of making sure that Anthony Edwards, when he did have the ball in his possession, had nobody to work with.
Right.
That's why he didn't take many shots in the first quarter. What, a minute to go is when he finally took his first shot in the game?
And Julius Randle did not play well again.
No.
Julius Randle irritates me because he catches it at the mid post and he just holds the ball too damn long for that Timberwolves team just to shoot it. And if he wants to just take at least like one dribble less and kick it out, you don't know how many open looks guys like DiVincenzo and a guy like Nickeil Alexander-Walker would have thrived in last night's game.
Well, Nickeil Alexander-Walker was balling yesterday.
He was balling, but the Thunder do a good job. That's what's different from the Lakers as far as when they switch is that when the way they switch hard. So meaning that the Timberwolves are running their offense damn near at half court, which a lot of teams, when you force their offense to run at half court, you're not going to get a good look.
Right, because you're wasting time off the shot clock.
Late in the shot clock.
Dude, J-Dub was coming in hard. That J-Dub would
Jalen Williams, J-Dub, number 8.
He's from Arkansas, right?
He can legit. Yeah. No, he's the one from Santa Clara.
Oh, he's Santa Clara?
Come on.
Well,
I had that wrong.
Well, there's two of them. I always get confused where they're from. But J-Dub.
But at no point did you actually think the Timberwolves, even when they came back within 2 in the fourth quarter, you never thought they were going to win the game.
I was worried. Especially,
you felt like they couldn't get past Oklahoma City's defense.
I was there. But the people were a little worried, I would say, especially when Shea coughed it up at the end. Not the end when he threw it out of bounds. I'm talking about 2 possessions before that. That thing got tight. And had they just hit, I'd have to go back on the play-by-play, but there was a shot towards the end that they had a good look and they just missed it.
See, that's ball talk.
Well, Cap, you didn't participate.
No, I was watching and listening.
Okay.
I was just choosing to listen.
Cappy, are you in the studio today?
I am.
He is. We're here, baby.
I am.
Hey, George, I was listening to the broadcast yesterday, the fourth quarter. Does PJ get annoyed with some of the play calling decisions? Because late in the game, when they're going to the free throws back and forth, you could just almost sense that he was muttering a little bit.
I think that
I love PJ though.
Coaches have different styles on how to handle those end of game situations, and he believes he's I don't foul purposely until you're within 5 to 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And they did it at 20-something seconds in that game yesterday.
It was a hacker shack, basically.
Right. They played the free throw game. Now, listen, that's what the Thunder do, though. They did it against Denver in game 1 of that series, and it backfired on them. They did it, I believe, 16 seconds.
Yeah.
But that is consistent the way they do it. It's no different than if you play blackjack, and you hit on a soft 17 every time, right? Like that's what you do. That's what you do, and that's how they do it.
Double down 11.
There you go.
PJ just sounded like he was.
No, it wasn't like that. I didn't hear it that way. I just think that he has his opinion on it.
Oh yeah, no, it was a real good. Him and Kessie did a real good job.
Yeah,
always.
So what do we all think? We think this thing's over?
No,
you're not.
What, the
you're not giving
OKC
up on
Minnesota series?
It's over.
Yeah,
It's over. It's over.
I would be surprised if OKC didn't win on tomorrow.
Yeah,
I would be surprised.
Yeah. I mean, back home, their crowd taking the 3-1 lead.
Oh, home run Dodgers.
I'll tell you this, though.
Shohei, 2-run
Shohei
bomb.
Ohtani.
I got him on Prize Picks for a home run
20
today.
on the season. Shohei.
He is on
Cleveland.
fire.
It's 4-0 for you.
He is on fire.
The venues for both these teams have been on fire. They've been some of the loudest buildings I've been in all season.
We're just watching Ohtani hit this home run to the opposite
saw it.
field.
Oppo.
Yeah, dude, I have him on Prize Picks today.
Oppo
He hit a home
Taco?
run.
Oppo.
When you play on Prize Picks,
Taco Tuesday.
but it's also a demon.
And he
play.
went Oppo Taco.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a demon play, so it's worth that much more. I've got a $20
You
play
a
today
demon?
to win $10.60.
Well, Cappy's a demon. Chris
Yep.
would say that.
Cappy,
That's
want to
right.
know what's funny about Shohei homering? When I was listening to Riz this morning and they were doing their prize picks, he said something like, well, I'm not going to pick him again. He's not going to homer again. And I was like, I don't know about that.
He's just on fire right now.
I don't know about that.
He is on fire.
And Fuego.
Yes, exactly right. All right, so where are we, Chris? Are we staying? Are we breaking? Where are we?
Sedano's going to tell us quickly, not that quickly, you can take your time, about our friends at Cadillac of Beverly Hills.
Oh, I will. They're very excited because those guys are big hockey fans. So they are certainly going to be interested in what's going on in the Western Conference Finals tonight on ESPN television if you so choose to watch the Western Conference Finals in the NHL, the Stanley Cup Finals. But yes, Cadillac of Beverly Hills, we're very excited to announce a brand new partnership. It's only been a couple of weeks with perhaps the nicest dealership in America, Cadillac of Beverly Hills. And I told you, make sure you reach out to Tony and his crew out there at Cadillac of Beverly Hills. And we know Cadillac. But when's the last time you've driven one? I'll tell you what. For me, it was a long, long time. I've driven a couple in some rental cars. But I remember as a kid, man, my dad loved his Cadillac DeVille. And I remember as a little kid, this was like seatbelts being a real thing. I used to sleep back there. And it was like driving on a cloud. And I'll tell you what, now I drove one most recently thanks to our friends at Cadillac at Beverly Hills. They drive even better, okay? And this new lineup of Cadillac EVs, sedans, and SUVs, they absolutely define luxury at the top of its game. If you're driving a Cadillac, you've absolutely made it. And again, you can find them all at Cadillac of Beverly Hills. So go in and say hello to Tony and his team, an incredible team there at Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Check out their beautiful showroom at 8767 Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills. And, of course, you can always check it out on the web. Go to their website, CadillacBeverlyHills.com. That's CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
Thank you, Sedano. 423. Let's take a quick timeout. And then we're going to come back with more fun and frivolity. And then why don't we move Radio Tinder up just a tad? So let's combine. Well, should we combine? Let's
combine. You want to do a combination?
I think we're in a place where we almost have to.
I think we should combine.
Because you decided to go off on me.
Well, you've been
supposedly
nonstop.
your friend. Anyway.
Well, yeah, you were my friend. But
that's
why
So are
you
we
gave
only
up
doing
on
30
me?
minutes?
Why'd you give
That's
up
why
on
Lindsay
me?
said you're a backstabber. More of Sedano and Cap.
Wait, I thought we're combining.
What? George,
Are
go
we
ahead.
doing 30 minutes, though, the YouTube show?
No, full hour. Sedano and Cap comes back next on 7.
June gloom.
Hey guys, double down with me in my first ever $10,000 blackjack tournament. It's going to happen on June 6th at the Bicycle Casino. You know it, the Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a live broadcast from 3 to 6. But when you walk in, I want you to say, double down with Kappy. You go to the Players Reward Desk and you get your free entry into the tournament, which is going to start at 7 o'clock that night. Remember, it's June 6th. Double down with Kappy is going to get you a free entry into the tournament, which you're going to need to get because I'm telling you, this thing's going to fill up real fast. Live radio, real cards, big prizes, very limited seats. So lock yours in now. RSVP for more information for all the details on the tournament at ESPNLA.com.
overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gat today at 818-917-5256, or you go to avnergat.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergat.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game, avnergat.com.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck.
Hey, it's Travis. Join us Friday, May 30th from 9 a.m. to noon at Legends Attic in Claremont as we celebrate their one-year anniversary and kick off the Freddie Freeman World Series Game 1 Walk-Off Grand Slam Ball Tour. Plus, Oral Hershiser hosting special guests, Dodgers voice Joe Davis, Steve Sachs, Rick Monday, Jaime Harin, Peter O'Malley, and more. Giveaways in the amazing art of Dave Hobrick. Purchase your tickets for meet and greets at legendsattic.com. We'll see you Friday, May 30th at Legends Attic in Claremont.
And I need to save money. Well, my friend, I've got one answer for you. The Cerritos Auto Square. It's America's largest auto mall. 24 dealerships, all the top brands, all in one easy location right here in SoCal. And here's the secret. These dealers sell more cars than anyone because they have low prices. And they can actually afford low prices because they sell so many cars. Check it out at CerritosAutosquare.com.
Cerritos Auto Square.
Ignite your afternoons at Waba Grill's $5 happy hour with our 5-piece pork veggie dumplings and a value-sized premium one beverage drink, like our creamy and delicious Thai tea. Enjoy $5 happy hour weekdays after 3 p.m. Only at Waba Grill.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood carpet and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
Hey guys, you feel it? Days are getting longer, sun is getting warmer. Looks like our SoCal summer is right around the corner. Here in California, we are all about choosing chill. From hitting the beach to the best hiking trails to going all out to support our teams. One thing really all ties it together, and that's enjoying it all with good friends and a cold Coors Light. Pick up Coors Light near you or get it delivered to your door today. Visit CAChooseChill.com to learn more. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
$4:30 on a live imaging Tuesday at Sedano and Kap. Beto's here. Radio Tinder time. We'd like to play a TV theme. On this day in 1994, the Flintstones live-action movie based on this, the 1960s cartoon premiere. That's the one with what's his name? Played Fred, right?
Rosie O'Donnell?
Well, Rosie O'Donnell played Wilma. I think
she did?
I don't know.
Oh, John Goodman?
John Goodman. That's what
wait, Rosie did not play Fred?
No, come on.
No, I didn't know. I haven't seen it.
Come on, that was too easy.
What are you talking about?
You can follow her at Lindsay Baseball on Twitter or Instagram. Don't forget about our new sponsor, the Crazy Hernandez Brothers. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. If you're in the market for new flooring, shop at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, where every day is a deal. No gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR, F-L-O-O-R, or go to HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. No sale beats wholesale. Take it away, producer Lindsay.
By the way, who's the guy that played Fred in that movie?
Rosie
Goodman.
O'Donnell?
No, John, we just did that. John Goodman.
Okay. I think he's like the
Were
perfect
you talking
Fred,
to Corporate
Fred,
Greg about
yes.
what a bad guy I am?
Yes, exactly.
He was fantastic in Righteous Gemstones.
What is up with you? Nobody's talking about what a bad guy
what
you
you've
are.
done over the last few hours has bothered me.
I know.
Truly.
You're so paranoid.
I'm not paranoid.
You are.
No.
You are so paranoid.
I'm not
that
paranoid.
Everybody's talking
I'm
about
just,
what a bad guy you are.
I'm just bothered by you
There
specifically.
was no like
Why,
negative
though?
talk at all whatsoever.
Why about?
I expect this from others, not you.
Really? What do you expect from me?
I don't expect you to backdoor me like this.
But I'm the second backdoor. You said Sedano backdoored you first, and I came in
How
for
did I
sloppy
backdoor
seconds.
No, I didn't say Sedano backdoored me.
You
I
did
said
say
you
that.
backdoored
No,
me.
you said
No, I
Sedano had already
I
spoke his
called.
piece. Yeah, he called like a man.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
Yeah,
I think
I
Cap has
wasn't like a man.
attempted to front door you, but like in his attempts
I can
to
rely
front
on
door
Lindsay
you,
to make me smile.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, in Cap's attempts to front door you, he's been shut down immediately. So he was trying to find another route to get into the house.
Because the reality of the
You
situation
guys
is...
do Radio Tinder. I'm going to take the segment off.
The reality is this, is that you, when it comes to George, you say, okay, I'll work with you, George, on this or this or that. When it comes to me, you're like, no, this is the way
Hey
it's
there,
going to be.
I'm George
And
Sedano.
so you
That's
have
why.
this thing of like, George can actually get some consideration.
This can't be your bit
Whereas
with everybody.
he
That
saved the
everybody just
station.
listens to George, and
He
we don't listen to you. I
saved
listen to
the
you a lot.
station. Come on.
You and I talk every week about stuff,
Right.
and I listen to you a lot.
Right. But in this particular case...
No! 3-run bomb, Cleveland.
Wow.
4-3
This is
Dodgers.
for you.
Cleveland! This is for you!
Daniel Schienemann.
One thing about
The
Dustin...
Dodgers going to keep choking?
One thing
no,
about Dustin
how do you say
May...
his name? Asminger?
Yes, Asminger.
They're
that's
not
right.
going to win 90 games
We're
this
not
season,
even in
Greg
the
Bergman.
same level as the Dodgers.
They're not going to win 90
Wait,
games.
are
Now,
you
they'll
saying
still
that on like May 26th or
yes,
whatever the hell today
because
is?
we're all panicking. Well, Mace is panicking. They're still going to win in the playoffs, but they're not going to win 90 games.
Oh, yes, they are.
90 games?
Yeah, come on. Look
Okay.
where they are right now. They've already got 33
Yeah, but the
wins
next
right
month
now.
is tough baseball.
Yes, they do have the Yankees for 3, and they've got the Mets for 4, and those 7 games are at home. That's true. But I
Oh,
don't know.
Cappy. This dude went to Bonita Vista.
Oh, really?
Daniel
Local guy.
Schneemans, local guy in the
South, yeah.
Oh,
He
so
just,
he's not from here.
3-run
he's from
bomb.
South.
Yeah.
Right.
4-3 Dodgers in the 4th inning.
Yeah. By the way,
look at you.
did Notre Dame and USC did they officially cancel the series?
No, not yet.
No.
Oh,
It's not
I
official?
saw that all over social media today. So I was
What'd they
wondering
say?
if that was
It's
like
been
a
a
real
thing going on since like last week where like
Mm-hmm.
there's boosters that are like, especially this one guy who I guess put in his will, he will not leave his money to USC unless they keep that game going.
I
It's a big
agree.
thing.
Well, I know Mason's a chicken bleep and wants to end
he
the
wants
series.
out.
Yeah.
He wants out because
It is ridiculous. Believe me when I tell
if you can't beat Notre Dame, you can't beat the other teams either. So don't worry about it.
Right. How about this? Regardless of whether you can beat them or you can't beat them, that's an all-time college traditional game that should be played
beautiful.
every
Well,
single year.
yes.
And if you can't beat those guys, then
Then
okay.
you shouldn't- you're not
Then
gonna get to
going to the playoffs.
And
Tough
here's
luck.
here's what I would also say. Okay, is that what's going to determine the more and more they expand, that means teams with more losses are going to get in. So that means the field is going to be larger. So those games against like Notre Dame, if you win it, is going to mean a much better chance of you getting in. Like the schedule, the strength of schedule will only continue to matter more with expansion.
Fight on.
Here's the problem. Everybody who went, oh, we got Lincoln Riley, we're going to win championships, and now that hasn't happened, and we're 2 ADs removed from Lincoln Riley being hired, are now going, oh, it would be easier if we didn't have this Notre Dame game because they're really good. That wasn't the case when Notre Dame wasn't that good. So beat Notre Dame, then you won't have a problem beating Michigan or beating Penn State or beating any of these teams. Stop being gutless.
And
here's the thing. If you look at USC's schedule, there's easily 3 or 4 losses on there.
Of course. But that doesn't matter. If you can't beat Notre Dame, that's where it starts.
But you're making a good point, though. Listen, you guys decided to go to the Big Ten.
Yes.
You guys decided to kill the Pac-12. That was your
Right.
decision. That was
Correct.
USC's decision unilaterally.
Yeah.
You can say no. UCLA had a part. UCLA went for the ride because they were broke.
No, actually,
Okay?
look, if I
Get
if
into
I
it,
have
George.
the-
I know where you're going to go, and you should get into it. This is good.
if I have the story correctly, UCLA was the school that initiated the conversation because they were drowning in debt.
Well, that's just
and they
it.
needed the money.
Yep.
But it only made sense if they could go as a pair.
Correct. My understanding was that USC was the leader in all of this, and UCLA was in the passenger
Oh,
seat.
I was told it was the reverse.
Okay, well, regardless, it's immaterial now because it's done, right? So they killed the Pac-12. They're now in the Big Ten.
Which they could have kept the Pac-12 alive,
Right.
and the TV network could have been salvaged,
Right.
all of it.
And we all last year cautioned them of realities getting ready to hit. When you play Michigan and Ohio State and Penn State and Iowa and all these other teams, you're going to get bit one year by a Minnesota and these other kinds of schools.
Rutgers.
And Rutgers, exactly right.
Exactly.
And the thing is that you're now changing everything you've ever done. So what are you going to do? Like say, hey, UCLA, they're with us, so we'll still play those guys because we still think we can beat them every year. Notre Dame is
Except they've actually done a good job
Yes.
of beating USC.
Notre Dame is a critical part of USC's history, and it should be part of their future. And the fact that they're even thinking about getting it pisses me off so bad because I've seen it at my own school where Pitt played Penn State every year, and all of a sudden we gave up on that thing because Pitt doesn't want to play Penn State, and Penn State doesn't want to play Pitt. So Oklahoma doesn't want to play Nebraska, vice versa. Killing traditional college football rivalries sucks, and this one should be preserved.
And USC already did it by making this move. It got rid of USC Stanford, which we all, as USC fans, we all look forward to
Yeah,
that.
the Weekender was good.
The weekend was great. That was the weekend that we all went to Keyshawn's Country Club, and they had a huge party. USC Stanford used to be a big deal. That's gone now because of this. So, okay, we could all get into USC Michigan being a regular season game. We could all get into USC Penn State being a regular season, but we can't win those games.
But your point about Lincoln Riley is right on. When he was hired to deliver championships.
And that's
now,
not happening.
And now what they're doing is they're changing the dimensions of it all. Of
course.
Oh, wait.
Well, first off, they hired him.
That is true. They did hire him. They did. And they're paying him a fortune. And here's the biggest problem for USC. It's the biggest, well, it's the best news for Lincoln Riley. They owe him so much money that he ain't going anywhere.
Right.
This is not Texas A&M where they're going to fire Jimbo Fisher and pay him $80 million and say, get lost.
So you get rid of Notre Dame, you hire another Georgia Southern, Missouri State, wherever they're going to play?
Trash.
And how's that exciting? I don't want to go to the Coliseum and watch that.
No.
And the reason is, hey, it's an easy win when we already have a tough conference schedule.
But if you can't beat Notre Dame, you shouldn't win the national
Agreed.
championship
Exactly.
anyways.
Exactly right.
That's gutless.
Right.
That is gutless.
Totally gutless.
That's why I'm wearing the gutless hat today.
Gutless.
Wow.
Anyway, Radio Tinder time. Take it away,
Oh, sorry,
Linz.
Linz.
Were we in Radio Tinder?
Yeah, that was part of it.
Yeah.
That was good.
George had a radio Tinder. Okay, so a lot of college basketball players have changed their mind and are foregoing the NBA draft in order to either stay at their school or transfer to another school, a better school. Like PJ Haggerty, for example, he's going to be he's got an NIL deal in the neighborhood of $2.5 million for Kansas State. Alex Condon is going to return to Florida, so he's got a lot of NIL money. And now there's a lot of chatter about how it's good for college basketball that these guys are staying in college before going pro because of NIL. But like I said, a lot of guys are transferring and they're not staying with their original school. So my question is this whole idea a good thing for college basketball? For guys going back to school, but maybe going to a different one? Is this good for college basketball?
George, you want the first shot?
Look, I think college basketball needs a lot of help, okay? Whoops, sorry, I lost my. Oh, here we go. Hold on. Sorry. All right, this thing is.
Would you lose?
No, the headphones, if I move the wire, if the wires move, whatever, I lose my hearing myself. But anyway, all right, yes, I'm back now. Or I can hear myself again. College basketball needs a lot of things. I've been a big proponent of just the NBA helping college basketball because it's literally a free minor league system, no different than college football helps the NFL. So for me, anything that keeps guys there longer, to me, is the way I would go about it. I actually like that, and NIL has helped in a big way when it comes to college basketball this year. I believe I read this recently. It's the lowest amount of guys who have entered their name into the draft, right? So because of that, I think that, to me, college basketball needs all the help in the world because the game isn't as fun. So at least you need recognizable names so people will at least be drawn to the games. It's similar to what we were talking about with, USC and Notre Dame to this capacity, which is basically like it's a known commodity. And the more known commodities you have for college sports in general, the better it is for college sports.
Yeah, I mean, look, here's the thing. It's better to have players play longer. They get older, they get stronger, they're better ball players.
By the way, they could be better pros if they do play longer.
I was just going to say that, yeah. The NBA's
potentially.
Right,
Look, there's a kid. Look, perfect example. Minnesota has this kid, TJ Shannon, who's played the last couple of games in Minnesota. That kid's 24, 25 years old. Played at Illinois and played at Texas Tech before that. Played all 4 years and played well. You know what I mean? And was able to contribute in a meaningful way in a playoff game. And again, part of that is because he's got the right body and they feel confident that he's mature enough to be thrown in those situations. So yes, I guess to your point, Kappy, and I know you can certainly continue to elaborate. I just think all that stuff is good.
The only thing I just want to add to all of that is look, it's good for the player because if you're playing at a mid-major school and you play well, the big-time school
will poach you.
Will come take you.
Yeah.
And then you go from making $25,000 in NIL money to making $1 million in NIL money. And here's the thing. If you're not going to be an NBA player and you if you're in touch with reality, you make as much money as fast as you can because think about how many people you know that graduated from college and either were stuck in debt or B, didn't have any money coming out of school. I mean, that was most of us, right? And so now if you were making $25,000 at Fresno State, but you could make $1 million at Vanderbilt, you take that money because if you get done with school and you're not playing pro ball, you've actually got money in the bank. So it's good for the player. It's just bad for that mid-major.
Yeah, and this is a lot to do with the NBA Combine, which happened about 2 weeks ago. So the players go to the NBA Combine, and that's why a lot of them are taking their names out now, Lens, is because they get told where they will get drafted. If you're not a lottery pick, you're not going to be making the big money. Now, NBA rookies minimum is $1 million. 0.15, right? That's the minimum for the first rounders. So if you're getting told you're not going to be a lottery pick and you might be a tweener that might be a second round where there's no guaranteed contract, or you go to like Houston, who has a chance to rebuild some more, and there might be a booster that's going to give you that $750,000 or that $1 million in the NIL. It's a no-brainer. You go
more than that, bro.
No, I'm just, for example, right?
For like those type of programs that are like legit Sweet 16 type teams. Yeah,
that's what it is. In the past, Lens, guys would just say, I'm going pro because there was no money. But now you got to figure out you can make more money in college than you would in the NBA.
Well, because here's the thing about NIL that no one talks about. It's also ego-driven by the boosters and the schools, right?
Like they don't want took him.
They're like, wait, our rival took this guy? Like, no, why weren't we in on that guy?
Yep.
And then it just generates more in that sense.
All right, real quick, we'll take a time out here for just a moment. Why don't you tell us, Cap, about our friends at Park West Bicycle Casino?
Hey, we got a big event happening with Park West Bicycle Casino. And, George, I know you're going to be on the road with the NBA Finals, but Beto is in on that day as well.
Beto?
It's
Bell Gardens, baby.
It's June 6th. Hey, you got a chance to double down with me, with Beto. Morales will be in the house. Lindsay Baseball. Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. It's happening on Friday the 6th. So that's not this Friday. It's the following Friday. Join us for a live broadcast, 3 to 6.
3 to 6.
3 to 6. I don't know how much of that will be on radio and how much will be on YouTube, but we'll be on till 6, correct?
That day will be on till 6 on 710 as well.
Okay. And you say double down with Kappy at the Players Reward Desk, and you got free entry into the tournament, which starts at 7 p.m. sharp. What are we going to do between 6 and 7?
We're playing a blackjack tournament.
No, but we're off the air at 6, and then we start at 7.
I'm going to be plotting out who we replace you with.
I think we should bang calls at that point. Live radio, real cards,
so done with you.
Big prizes. See, but that's how you are with everybody. So, like, you feel...
If I could, I would replace everybody except Sedano.
Wait, but it used to be me and Sedano.
Well, now it's not. Now it's Sedano.
An hour and a half later, he wasn't even here to get in trouble. Anyway, here's the point. We're going to do live radio. We're going to play real cards. We're going to have big prizes. Seats are limited, so lock yours in now. RSVP for more information on the tournament. All the details at ESPNLA.com. Prize pool, $10,000 in free play chips. First place gets $5,000. Second place gets $3,000. Third place gets $2,000. So for more information, for all the details, check out the Park West Bicycle Casino website at thebike.com. That's thebike.com. And don't forget, say Kappy sent me, and you're going to get an extra $30 in match play. Chris, back to you.
Cap, thank you, scumbag. Sedano, tell us about our friends at LAX, where that's the game we have to play. Where in the world is George Sedano, thanks to LAX.
Yeah, thanks to LAX, my home away from home. And look, things are constantly changing there, okay? And it's all for the better. The People Mover train is coming soon. And let me tell you something. That People Mover train is going to make life much easier for everybody once it gets into motion. Wheels in motion next year in 2026 and early 2026, too. It's going to happen sooner than you think, man. The time is flying. So here's the deal. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between the terminals, their consolidated rental car center, which will be brand new here pretty soon and ready to roll. The Metro trains and buses are locals. You don't even need to take a car to get to LAX. But if you are taking your car, the economy parking as well will be connected to the People Mover train and Kappy's favorite, the Kiss and Fly lot. Trains will make it fast and simple for you to get around at LAX, and they get to your destination from basically door to door all across the different stops in 10 minutes or less, and the trains depart every 2 minutes, beginning again in early 2026. To learn more, go to this website, lawa.org/ESPN. That's lawa.org/ESPN.
4:45, we'll be back in just a few minutes, and the fun and frivolity will continue, and Kappy backstabbing people right here on 710 ESPN.
The biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland on 710.
I ran into a dilemma when we were coming home from Hawaii, and I know I'm going to get bagged on for this, so I'm just going to throw it out there.
I'm ready to bag you.
We were offered a first class or business class upgrade
Wait a minute,
on our flight home.
Both of you or just one of you?
Just one of us.
So wait, I want to pause. You guys aren't already flying first class?
We never do. We never do.
Come on, Mason.
We got
You work
bumped
too hard.
for money and miles. We got bumped to first class
But
or
just
business.
one seat.
Just one seat.
So how'd you play it?
How do you think I played it?
I think you took it and made one sit in the back.
I agree.
I begged Juan to take it.
Am I right or am I wrong about how it ended up?
I pleaded with him, John.
Am I right or am I wrong about how it ended up?
Please, Juan.
Am I right or am I
You're
wrong?
right. You're right.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Tomorrow at noon.
Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN.
Is it time to downsize? Selling your home doesn't have to be a hassle. With Seller's Advantage, skip agents, commissions, and costly repairs. Get a fair, competitive cash offer without worrying about the details falling through.
Hey, it's Travis. Join us Friday, May 30th from 9 a.m. to noon at Legends Attic in Claremont as we celebrate their one-year anniversary and kick off the Freddie Freeman World Series Game 1 Walk-Off Grand Slam Ball Tour. Plus, Oral Hershiser hosting special guests, Dodgers voice Joe Davis, Steve Sachs, Rick Monday, Jaime Harin, Peter O'Malley, and more. Giveaways in the amazing art of Dave Hobrick. Purchase your tickets for meet and greets at legendsattic.com. We'll see you Friday, May 30th at Legends Attic in Claremont.
Returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
4:49. Live Imaging Tuesday.
I'm sorry, Mr. Jackson.
Oh, God. This is why we don't do commercials during the YouTube only. We should just be live the entire time.
We are.
I know.
I don't even know. What is it? What's the OTD?
Andre 3000's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday. He turns 50 today. Andre 3000. Also, it's Grape Popsicle Day.
It's what?
Grape Popsicle. I like red.
Beto, what do you think about I'm an orange guy.
Oh, you would be.
Yeah, why? Why is orange no good?
Old man.
Really? Orange
Yeah.
is old man?
Yeah.
What if I liked orange when I was a kid?
No chance.
No chance at all.
And today's the Scripps spelling bee. Do they still do the spelling bee? Did they do it today? We used to run that on ESPN, didn't we?
Back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not on ESPN anymore, but it starts today.
What channel is it on?
I don't know. Let me find out.
All right. All right, where were we, George? Back to you.
Well, we were talking college hoops and college sports in general last segment, which I thought was a very good discussion.
It was an interesting discussion.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about let's just finish that off for a second. This USC Notre Dame thing really does bother me. It just
Wait a minute, hold on. We got an update. The spelling bee is on Ion and Bounce XL.
That's correct.
Okay. You know what else?
I think I saw DeAndre star in a film on Bounce XL.
You know what else is on Ion, which is how people have found Ion?
It's like soccer, right?
WNBA.
Oh, WNBA,
right?
really?
Exactly.
Law and
right.
Order, too.
Oh, really?
Oh, Law and
Lots of
Order.
Law Order, yeah.
There's a
Tonight on Bounce XL, the
Chicago
story of
PD as well.
DeAndre.
Really?
As he bounces through life with young heat.
Oh my God! What has happened here today? I don't know.
And unlimited fun.
Are we watching Stars Oilers?
We do. We have it on in the studio.
Yeah, 30 minutes away, though.
But I've still got the Dodgers and the Guardians.
Yeah, let's do it. Dodgers are up 4-3.
Okay.
Tonight on DeAndre on Bounce XL. How many highness could he go through in one night?
With the Law and Order theme underneath. Jesus.
Does he have the size for it? And the tell us about our friends at Children's Dental. No, George, really, tell us about our friends at Children's Dental, please.
Oy vey.
Georgie?
Did the cord come out again? Can you not hear us? I think he just bounced.
Is he really?
To
Did he
use
bounce?
to use that term again, I think he just
4-3
bounced.
Dodgers in the
No,
6th.
he's there.
It doesn't sound like it.
Maybe room service just arrived to the room.
Jesus
You know?
Christ.
No, he just disconnected now.
Did he?
Yep.
Really?
Sure did.
Okay.
We're all going to disconnect at 5 anyways.
No, we're not.
No, we go till 6.
6:30.
Oh, yeah, I got to go
Start
set up
here
the other
7,
room for Jeff. So
7:30.
keep talking, guys. If George comes back and you haven't do Children's Dental,
Hey, I'm saying this right now.
My kids love going there.
Today we bang calls.
No.
Yeah, we have to. Why do you? Why
Because
are you
the
opposed?
calls usually suck.
No.
People are great with their fingers, but they can't talk.
No.
Yeah,
When we
what
bang
up,
calls
Dad?
around here,
No.
When we bang calls,
No, they usually like there's so many people that can type, but they can't talk. Talk. Nah, the calls are boring.
Hey,
do you not listen to Sports Graffiti?
okay. Wait, Sedano is back. Okay, great. Georgie, are you there?
I'm back. Yeah,
Okay.
sorry, the Comricks fell because I've got wires coming out of every direction.
Okay.
And the outlets, there's only I got to put the Lindsay's tower that she gave me for the 5G in one outlet, and then the Comricks one in the far outlet. So it's not an easy setup here, Kappy.
Okay. Well, we were asking you to tell us a little bit about Children's Dental Fun Zone.
Oh, yes, of course. Where changes no, that's where LAX changes. Sorry.
But the dentist can change your life.
Yeah, it absolutely can change
especially
your
for kids.
Yeah, anyway, probably should have known that before we were doing this. But anyway, long story short. Children's Dental Fun Zone. Listen, guys. You know what? Man, listen. Taking your kid to the dentist, it can be a chore. You know why? Because you've never taken your kids to Children's Dental Fun Zone. Once you've done that, no longer a chore because they want to go to Children's Dental Fun Zone. They're going to be like, Mom, Dad, where have you brought me? This place feels like a cartoon, for God's sake. So you've heard us talk about our friends over at Children's Dental Fun Zone, and choosing a clinic, again, as I mentioned, for the kids is going to be tough, but Children's Dental Fun Zone makes it easy. Over 23 years of experience specializing in children's dentistry and orthodontics with state-of-the-art equipment, personal attention your kids deserve, and, of course, your kids are in good hands. From preventative to routine care, dental treatments, braces, aligners, orthodontic planning, you name it. Children's Dental Fun Zone has emergency hours with flexible scheduling options to ensure you get the care that you need. And with free consultation and amazing welcoming atmosphere, as I mentioned, the dental visits are actually enjoyable. I'm telling you, your kids are actually going to love it. You can book online. They got a referral program offering special bonuses as well. 17 locations across the Southland, so they got you covered in L.A. County, Orange County, and the IE. And by the way, in the IE, they're adding 3 more locations, so it'll be 20 soon overall. Children's Dental Fun Zone offers movies, iPads, and toys for the kids in the waiting area. And while they're getting their work done, they can watch these movies. They got all sorts of stuff for the kids to just kind of have fun while they're getting their work done. And for parents, they accept Medi-Cal, PPO, and HMO insurance plans to handle your insurance paperwork for you. And to book your child's first or next appointment, visit their website, cdfzone.com. That's cdfzone.com, or call them at 833-586-7898. That's 833-586-7898.
Who hit it right now? It's 5-3 now.
Why are you guys laughing?
Turn your mic on, Beto. We're on the air.
Because Beto thought that the Dodgers hit a home run.
They
and then
did.
And then he said, oh, wait, that's a replay?
Yeah, while watching it live.
Anyway,
It's
CDFZone.com, 833-586-7898. Let them know Sedano and the crew at 710 send you. Children's Dental Fun Zone. Sparkling smiles, happy kids.
Thank you, George. Thank you, Children's Dental Fun Zone. If I have to explain it to you, Cap, that means we're already in a dark place.
Yeah, we are. I think we're George.
Yeah,
Chris.
Conforto, third home run this season. 5-3
And
Dodgers.
everybody hating on him today, including Greg Bergman.
Oh, he hates him.
Greg Conforto.
Yeah.
Well, he had
hasn't
been
really-
struggling for a long
yeah,
time.
He has not been good at all.
He's got a home run today. Let's
I understand.
Go.
Well, hey, listen,
You know
maybe
we're
that's how
big
he breaks
Dodgers
out.
fans, though? The crazy Hernandez brothers.
Yes,
Oh,
go right into it. Just
They
go
go to
ahead.
a lot of games.
Monster. Yeah, we're supposed to go to a game with them. I told them we got to wait till the finals are over.
Right.
But I'm down to do that for sure because I'm always in for a good Dodger game. But by the way, if you need new flooring, just like Kappy did, and really more Rachel did, now
Right.
she's handling the whole thing.
Scott, give me flooring. You backstabber.
So if you need flooring for your home rental or even your ADU, or like Kappy, just for keep Rachel happy, you got to do it. You got to call the crazy Hernandez brothers at 866-62-FLOOR. That's 866-62-FLOOR. Or you can go on the web, HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. Here's the thing though that drives me crazy, and this is why Hernandez is so great. Because the big box national retail stores, they pretend to give you a deal by marking up the price just to mark it down. But come on, we're not idiots here. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, legitimately family run. You get authentic old school TLC and actual wholesale pricing year round. You get the crazy Hernandez brothers. Papi Hernandez started in the 70s. Mom, abuela, auntie, uncle, cousins, nephews, nieces, you name it. They're all there. No bogus sales, no gimmicks, just the best price from the start. And that's why I say it, and I mean it, man. No sale beats wholesale. Hardwood, laminate, tile, vinyl, carpet, you name it, they got it. Over 5 million square feet of in-stock inventory. They got 2 locations, Commerce and Santa Ana. Both places are literally the size of 5 freaking football fields. So when you go there, you can see the product, you can touch it, you can take it home with you the same day. That's huge, especially when trying to finish a project fast. So it's why designers, contractors, builders all shop here, and they know the crazy Hernandez brothers are always going to take care of you. And check this out. First responders, active military members, veterans will all receive additional discounts on top of the already low prices. And if you find a better price, Hernandez will match it, no questions asked. So head down to Hernandez Wholesale Flooring or call them at 866-62-FLOOR. That's 866-62-FLOOR. No games, no gimmicks, just the best price in town year-round because no sale beats wholesale, homeboy. Check them out on the web, HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net, or call them at 866-62-FLOOR and tell them you want the deal that Rachel got, okay? We gave Rachel a deal. Rachel for Kappy. Call them at 866-62-FLOOR. Tell them you want the Rachel special. HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net.
Okay, Sedano and Cap continues on YouTube next.
Yeah,
Pacers
that's
Knicks
the good news.
on 7:10 a.m. right now.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Hey guys, have you checked out the all-new Park West Bicycle Casino? With a new owner, fresh renovations, and upgraded amenities, it's a whole new way to experience LA's premier table game casino. From poker, blackjack, ultimate Texas Hold'em, and Baccarat, they've got all the action for ESPN LA listeners. Brand new players who sign up for their Players Reward get $30 in match play. Just say, Kappy sent me to get $30 in match play. Park West Bicycle Casino.
Please gamble responsibly. Problemgambling.ca.gov. 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGR-001291. GEAR-001292. GEAR-001298.
Hey, it's Travis. Join us Friday, May 30th from 9 a.m. to noon at Legends Attic in Claremont as we celebrate their one-year anniversary and kick off the Freddie Freeman World Series Game 1 Walk-Off Grand Slam Ball Tour. Plus, Oral Hershiser hosting special guests, Dodgers voice Joe Davis, Steve Sachs, Rick Monday, Jaime Harin, Peter O'Malley, and more. Giveaways in the amazing art of Dave Hobrick. Purchase your tickets for meet and greets at legendsattic.com. We'll see you Friday, May 30th at Legends Attic in Claremont.
Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JOEQ, J-O-E-Q, to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A good karma brands radio station.
5 o'clock in the Southway and a live imaging Tuesday on Sedano and Kap. You got me in both ears, DeAndre? You got one ear? We are live on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
Oh, come on, Donna Summer.
No, it's Denise Williams.
Yeah, not Donna
Yesterday,
Summer.
May 26th, back in 1984, the number one hit, Denise Williams. Let's hear it for the boy. It's fine, though. It could be Donna Summer, I guess.
Let's hear it for the boy.
I'm trying to make sure that DeAndre can hear us. Can you hear us?
Now I can, yeah.
Okay. Just making sure. I know everybody's a little wound up because Kappy's very destructive to morale, but that's okay.
George, you want to adjudicate this? I really think that while we're...
Who's he play for?
Adjudicate?
Yeah.
He plays for the Dodgers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's just down on the farm right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Double A.
George, you want to adjudicate this? Because I think that if we don't play this out a little bit, there's going to be a lot of hard feelings here today. And then here's the problem for me.
Okay, what happened?
The problem for me is I have to walk Chris like a dog tomorrow morning.
Oh, no, we're not walking.
We're not walking? No walk.
Tonight. I thought we were walking tonight.
And tonight. I have to walk him like a dog tonight, too.
I'll walk by myself.
You cannot walk by yourself on these mean streets of downtown LA.
Lindsay and I used to walk by ourselves all the time.
Yeah, because she's there to protect you.
No.
Yeah, you can't.
I don't need to walk with traitors.
All right, so George, I've been called a
If I'm going
traitor.
to walk like that, I might as well walk with Mason and Ireland.
Wow. Jeez.
It's a promo, DeAndre.
Just so destructive. Just wants to burn the whole place down.
Yeah.
Do you want to state your case for George, and then this way I'll state my
George
case?
calls me.
Like the judge and jury.
George calls me and we talk about it, and he knows I might not agree with everything, and he may not agree with me, but we work things out.
Okay.
You put up Lindsay as like, oh, Lindsay, why don't you text him? Because he'll just shut everything down. No, if you call me when we talk about it, that's okay.
Well, that's actually not what happened.
Does it matter? Why are we going through this again for
this
our
is,
audience?
This is
Welcome to the 4 o'clock hour today.
Yeah. But you say that because you've become very upset.
Well, I'm a little hurt by your behavior. That's all.
Right, but you are making up behaviors rather than actually examining what took place.
You have a YouTube business, correct?
Correct.
So I expect you to be the one of the group that says, hey, guys, this is they're trying to move into the future. Craig Karmazin's doing this. Like, hey, let's get excited about it.
Right,
Let
but
me help.
I would agree with all that, but I think there just needs to be an actual plan as to how to execute that, and I don't believe this is it.
Okay. And I've never said don't make a plan. Go ahead and make a plan. Let's do it. I'll help any way I can.
So
but
I will
Kappy,
back up Kappy in this regard that there needs to be an actual plan.
Yeah, but Kappy didn't say that to me. You did.
But Kappy and I discussed that there was a plan. That it needed
Well,
to be
but
a plan.
also last week, Chris and I discussed it. I said, Chris, look, when we
and
get
I
off
feel
the
like
radio,
I could be Kappy's surrogate in that scenario. Like,
now you need a surrogate, Kappy.
Apparently I do, because I can't carry this baby on my own. Okay. I need a surrogate. That's exactly
I'm
right.
just saying you don't need to say, Lindsay, why don't you send a
Well,
text?
wait a second.
And take the missile warfare from
But
me.
wait a second. It's not exactly what happened, and yet you've made up in your mind that is exactly
that's what
happened.
I do to motivate myself.
I understand that.
So now you're on the enemy list.
Okay, yes, okay, fine. I'm on the enemy list. Okay. Why? Because you made up something in your mind that...
A, you hurt me.
Okay.
And B...
How did I hurt you exactly?
Because, again, all you had to do was call me on Friday and say, hey, man, how did the procedure go this
Hey,
morning?
man. Hey, man.
And by the way,
Hey,
I
man.
don't really think we have a plan today for YouTube.
Okay, so
But
hypothetically...
I know in your position...
But 30 minutes, like, honestly, like, so... if we're going to adjudicate this, let's adjudicate this. You told us we need data, okay, to see how it works. And that's great, But I don't see the difference between 30 minutes and 60 minutes. Like 30 minutes, I know we can give you 30 minutes. We could we could wing 30 minutes and it's great. 60 minutes is not easy.
We've been winging 2 hours so far and we're doing fine.
I get it, but there is a sense of like, what are we doing this for? And again, other than Craig Karmazin wants to do it, which is great because he runs the company. Like there needs to be more than that too. Like there needs to be like, okay, we're going into the future. He wants to do it, but give us like some real guidelines.
So here's the guidelines. We do a show till 6 p.m. every day. That's what we do.
That's not a great explanation. I got to be honest with you.
Well, I don't understand what the difference is. If it's, hey, we do less content when we're on 7:10
No, but
because we have
there
breaks,
should be YouTube-specific content like we did the first day.
But am I supposed to come up with that?
Well, I sure as hell don't know if I'm supposed to come up with it.
Okay, so maybe that's the
issue. I
issue.
feel like all of us need to like get together and be like, what is YouTube-specific content? What is the objective? What is the goal? You know? To the audience, because it's different than our radio audience,
so
right?
if that's now my job to do
No, I'm
that,
saying
I will start doing that.
No one is saying it's your job. No one needs to add any more to your plate so you can almost die again. Okay,
right?
There's no need to do that. All right?
Because we should all get together and talk it out, right?
Here's what I hear.
Tell me.
I hear everybody saying, "Chris, this is what we need to do," but yet nobody wants to do it. So, okay, I'm kind of caught in the middle, where my bosses are saying, "Hey, the show goes till 6 p.m. and we're doing this," and I'm saying, "Okay, we're going to figure it out." And then you guys are saying, well, we need to figure it out.
Right, but let me ask you this. Is this like just during the playoffs now?
Yeah, no, this is just during the playoffs. But obviously, big picture,
right?
We want to do this more in the future.
If the Rams play at 5:15, I'm not doing 45 minutes against the NFL.
Well, the Rams is a little bit different of a different structure based on our business agreements with them, if I may.
What does that mean exactly?
It means we
so
probably
you're saying
won't
that
do
just because this is ESPN Radio, we can mess with it a little differently.
We can mess with it a little differently in this case.
We're not going up against, like if the Lakers play at 4:30, we're not going up against the Lakers.
Not necessarily at this moment, no.
So let me.
What does that mean? Not necessarily.
I'm not ruling that out because we're working on a.
Well, I'm ruling it out because nobody's watching us if we're doing it.
Because we're working on a new agreement with them potentially.
Okay.
So I don't,
So listen, here's the thing. So now you're very upset at me.
Oh, we're back to you.
Yeah, because like I don't seem to understand why you've decided now you just want to focus it on me though. Like, why is that?
Do you want me to be upset at Lindsay?
No, I want you to listen to what everybody's saying, okay? And I want you to then take it in as a manager, okay? And then I want you to say, okay, guys, here's why this is important, and this is what we think we should be doing going forward. And as the creative people, you guys come up with a game plan, but that game plan has to be come up with like tomorrow. You have to have this figured out by tomorrow.
But you don't have to, but I don't need to hear the same complaining day after day after day.
Okay, so of all the complaining that you've heard, okay, George, I think, has been very candid.
He has. Him and I have had many one-on-one conversations.
Okay, and you and I have had a lot of conversations recently about what could we do to make this unique and different,
right?
So that it's not just what we currently do, which is, hey, when we're on the radio, all the cameras shoot video and anybody can watch us on YouTube. But when we're not on the radio, might we think of more of a video component and less of an audio component? So that's kind of what I've been trying to say. But then you got very bent out of shape today because you think that I put Lindsay up to doing something that you think has backstabbed you in some way. Do I have that right?
A little bit. Not backstab, but just not based on the terms of our friendship.
Okay, so I'll buy that. That I will buy.
Okay.
But here's the thing, is that Lindsay and I were on a call on Friday. Okay. Linz, tell me if I'm right here or not, because I don't want to sell you out, okay? But Lindsay, you and I are on a call on Friday, and we're both kind of going, well, it's Friday, it's a holiday weekend, we don't really have a game plan going. You know, today would be one of those days where it'd be nice to have that extra hour to not broadcast, especially when we don't have a game plan. Do I have that right?
That's correct.
Okay, and then here's what happened thereafter, is I said, well, hey, Linz, look, here's the
I like your use of the word thereafter.
Thank you. But you were like, well, why don't I talk to Chris? I mean, just tell me if what I'm getting right or if I'm getting something wrong.
I said, well, if one of us wants to say something to Chris, I don't remember if it was me that suggested that information or if you suggested that information, that like Chris isn't going to take you seriously.
Correct. So truth be told, I'll be honest about it, because I like when Beto last week got us to get very raw and candid. To be honest,
Are we raw enough for you, Beto?
Beto, you let us know.
Who are you texting?
No, I'm in the chat.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I'm interacting with
at ESPN Plus. Well, if you're watching us on YouTube, you're already in the chat.
I'm typing saying this is not a bit. This is awkward.
But if you are listening to us on the app, we're on YouTube at ESPN Plus.
But people, did you guys say that people like the inside stuff? This is the inside stuff.
This is the nitty gritty. You're watching us talk about the sausage getting made.
Yeah, that's cool.
And Kappy is a dysfunctional, backstabbing sausage right now.
What?
What kind of backstabbing sausage? Like is it the kind that has the pus that comes out of
the
the
team
sausage?
that does the sausage races.
Like with the
Is that
cheese?
Milwaukee?
Yeah,
Is
Milwaukee.
that the Brewers?
Yeah.
They have a chorizo in there too.
Oh, you see that? Like that? I'm feeling a little spicy, like a little chorizo.
Like when I get on these company meetings with Good Karma, other content directors and different content people, they talk about us with pride.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, in L.A., Chris, talk about what you guys are doing and talk about this. And I talk about this show. I talk about all our shows, honestly, all bits aside, with pride. But I especially shine light on this show.
Okay.
And, we do this. And they see the clips that I post and all this.
Okay.
It hurts me today
right.
that you're behaving, that I find out you now are secretly having concern as well. George has been very vocal about it. Lindsay has been vocal with me. You have not been vocal with me.
Are you saying that Kappy is being what's on the top of your hat?
Yeah. Because when we walk, you basically take my side in the conversations and say, yeah, we should be doing this. Yeah. And now I find out contrary to that. That's all. And
that's not the case.
That personally bothers
that's
me.
not the
Are
case.
you saying you're gut full, Kappy?
I think I am gut full. Here's what I'm saying.
And now I'm questioning.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have been like the guys that were coming to you while I was away and just stay away forever. Maybe you guys would be better off. And I certainly might be enjoying recovering more at home, not dealing with any of this.
Oh, no, I don't believe that at all. No. You need us. You need us. We're like the air that you breathe. Yeah, you need us.
This isn't fun.
Well, okay, it wasn't fun either earlier today when you just kept going and going and going. That
Agreed.
I backstabbed you,
yeah.
and then I wronged you, and that everything was, hey, I'll just keep knocking you. Like, that's not fun. Okay, but here's the thing. When you have a game plan, hey guys, here's the story. Okay, the owner of the company, Craig Karmazin, really, really, really thinks that we have to increase our presence on YouTube. Oh, by the way, if we really want to be candid about all of this, I said that years ago, and everybody's like, yeah, it's kind of a good idea. And we started to get more into YouTube.
Who said it? You said it?
Correct.
So you're giving yourself credit in
Correct.
this whole? Okay,
that's
fine.
right.
Go
Yes.
ahead.
Yeah, that's
Continue.
right. I'm giving myself
I just
credit.
wanted to make sure everybody knew
I'll
that.
back you up. You always said that.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Beto.
No, listen to the station. I gotta get paid for at least one comment.
Right, and George, let's just be really raw here. You at the very beginning would kind of like not really. You weren't so into the YouTube.
I still don't love it. I gotta be
Okay.
Because you get distracted by the YouTube.
Who?
You do.
I do.
You get in
You
the chat. and
at the beginning, you were reading the chat.
yeah,
way
you're
too
like
much.
squirrel. Like that was you.
I like the chat.
No, don't do it.
I'm
You
a
gotta
big
focus,
fan.
lock
I'm a
in.
big fan of the chat.
Anyways.
So here's the thing.
I mean, I don't care anymore, but I care if we don't have direction. Yes.
So here's the thing, Chris. When you say that I backstabbed you, here's the deal. On Friday, Lindsay and I were having a conversation. George, as I recall, were you traveling or I don't really remember
I think
exactly.
on Friday, yes, he was traveling.
Okay.
No, I was doing the show. I've done the show every day.
No, it's not. I don't know why though. Lindsay and I we were doing all the pre-show stuff.
Oh.
And you were not with us that.
So you
at
tried
that
to
time.
cut George out too now?
Apparently so.
Okay.
And so the conversation was, should we be doing this today? It's Friday. It's a holiday weekend. And the biggest concern, biggest concern, truth be told, the biggest concern was this, that we're handing off to a basketball game that people are interested in, number one, and it is Friday at 5 p.m. So
on a holiday week, I don't think that was to back Kappy up there. I don't think we should have thought that one through. There was not going to be a lot of traffic, particularly on Fridays in general. Like anyone who's worked in the internet or on social media for social media companies or podcast companies, content creators will all tell you basically like 2:00 Eastern Friday, like traffic literally falls off a cliff.
You buy that?
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure. So, given those circumstances,
So again,
and then you had a holiday weekend.
So again, if I am the person who's supposed to think of these things constantly for this show, that's fine, and I will.
No, I don't think you have
Thinking
to.
of that,
I think it was more
thinking
like
of that on
groupthink.
Friday morning, when now I would have to talk to people that all morning were on a Craig and Steve, who founded this company, did a special broadcast on Friday morning to say, hey, LA doesn't want to do the afternoon YouTube hour because we don't think anybody's watching. Probably wouldn't have put me in the best light.
Right, but there's
a
a difference between doing that on Friday morning when people are still probably.
But it would have been a better conversation to have last Wednesday afternoon.
Oh,
to say,
I agree.
No doubt
okay.
I don't think any of us thought of it until Friday.
Okay, so
Is
maybe
what Cap is saying.
Maybe
Well,
we think of our show a little bit more that we all are part of and we get well compensated to do. Maybe that's
I
it.
always love how you throw that in there.
Well, I'm just saying, maybe we think
I mean,
of our
you're well
show.
compensated, aren't you?
I'm not bad, but I also have more duties than just this show.
I also think that, to your point about that and why we should have thought of it on Wednesday, I don't think that we knew, for sure, positively that we were doing it.
I think my memorandum has been clear.
No, your memorandum was over the weekend, though, right?
Last week,
yeah,
it was very clear that we were doing it all week.
Right. But I'm saying you said last
Right, and somebody
Wednesday.
should have pushed back. I'll give you that. Somebody should have pushed back. Like, dude, we're really going to do this on Friday before Memorial Day? That's kind of silly.
we should have
done.
done.
Then when I talked, by the way, when I talked to Sam on Wednesday and Thursday, I could say, hey, by the way, just looking ahead, Friday afternoon, I think it's best we try not to do this. And it's up to one of the owners and our manager, market manager, to say, no, we're doing it. Or, no, you're right, Chris. Your team's right. Let's not do it. That's it. To have that conversation on Friday morning is a little tough.
Fair point, and you're exactly right. And I'll take that one for not looking ahead and going, hey.
I agree, too, yes.
You know what? I'll take it. George, you want to take any of the responsibility, or you want to give it all to me?
No, I mean, I'll take it.
All right, so you take 33%.
Well,
I'll take 33%. Lindsay's going to take 33%. We all should have said well in advance, hey, it's Friday at 5 o'clock.
By the way, in the chat, because I've got the chat up, Chris Navarro just said, I don't see this YouTube show lasting long. It'll last a lot longer than you are a viewer, Chris. I guarantee you that.
Whoa!
Dude, in fact, Parker, I want him banned from the chat right now.
Oh, my God, you're banning Chris.
I want him banned from the
You
chat.
cannot make that unilateral decision.
No. Only I ban people.
Oh, so you banned that other guy?
No.
Well, somebody, I
Who
think
banned
Carlo.
Dead Meow?
I think that was Carlo.
His ego banned himself.
Carlo?
I think Carlo banned him.
No, nobody banned him. He has
Or
8
Parker
burners.
Bell.
He's just looking for sympathy. Don't even bring that guy's name up.
Okay.
All right, so look.
All right, Parker, don't ban Chris Navarro.
Thank you. So look,
We like
here's
Chris.
the thing. I'm going to take 33% of the blame for not having looked ahead.
Okay.
Lindsay's taking her 33%. George is taking his 33%. But George, honestly, I think I'm going to take 40%. I'm going to give Lindsay 40%.
Give me 1%.
I'm going to give Beto 1%.
33 everybody, and I'll take 1.
And I'm going to give you 19%, George. I'm only
Why
giving you
only
19.
19?
Because you were traveling.
Because you were
going on.
traveling. You're dealing with these games. You're just working on fumes right now. It would be my guess.
He has no idea where he's at right now.
Right, and so I'm going to give you 19% of the blame. Okay, 19% of the blame to you, 1% to Beto because he wants to be a little piece of this.
Yes,
I'm going to have some great lamb chops, though.
By the way,
sure you are.
DeAndre, are you hearing us in both ears?
No, he
No,
can
I'm
hear
not.
the game in the other
Did you
one.
let John Cooper know? Is he working on this? Because he's here.
I think
No, I did. No.
What is this, Tulsa? This guy can't hear the show in 2 ears?
Well, no, that's why we have the engineer here to work on it.
That's what I'm
Chris. I
saying.
don't know
Like,
where
what
it
kind of
went.
engineer
you're
do we
going to have
have
him
here?
work on it in the middle of the show.
Yeah, so we can see what's going on.
You know what?
That's worse than
I'm
what we're
looking
doing.
at DeAndre, and you know what? I'm sorry, DeAndre. I apologize, man. I didn't
What?
give you any of the blame. So now
he didn't
Beto's
do
got
nothing.
1%.
Leave DeAndre alone.
No, he takes some blame too. Beto gets 1%.
He's here so
Does
you
he
don't
get
get
1% too?
George gets 19%.
That's a hell of a baseline.
Lindsay gets 33%. I take 33%. And DeAndre takes whatever is left over. I think it's
What
about
about
7%.
Funchy Lover?
Nah,
He's part of this?
Funchy, you know what?
Summer of Fun.
You know what? You're
I'm
right.
here.
You know what?
Go to Taco Bell.
16.5% for Funchy.
Get out,
16.5% for DeAndre. Lindsay 33, me 33, 19 George, 1% Beto. Now everybody's got a little piece.
Add it
There
up.
we go.
Add that up.
No, that's more than 100%.
It is? Is it more? I was worried it was less. But here's the thing. Here's the bottom line, Christopher, Arthur Morales.
So here's the thing, John. He's hearing program in one ear and then the game in the other ear, which we don't understand how that could be.
I would love to hear the game in my other ear because I'm watching the Dodger game, so I don't know what the
Hold on.
story is.
Speaking of which, I got the
Dodgers in the
hockey. I'm
seventh.
going to put the basketball on. Hold on.
I need to see the basketball game.
Why?
Because I want to see it, so I know what's
By
going on.
the way, did you guys know that Berg he won like $500 something bucks on Underdog last night?
Wow.
Yeah, just
Nice.
saying. I think that's pretty sweet. Now I feel like I need to go.
And then, Lindsay, what's wrong with your panel?
Depending on, I'll let him know. I'll let
Okay,
him know.
okay. I'm just making sure.
I got you. Thank you.
Jo-
Well, actually, Kappy, talk to me and talk back really quickly.
I don't ever use the talk
Hit
back.
the talk back button. It says talk back.
No, it doesn't.
I don't
It
ever
says-
use it.
I think
so
it says talk.
It says talk studio.
I see talk to booth. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, how about talk to producer? Can you hear that one?
Talk to producer is the one.
Talk to producer. Can you hear me, Lindsay? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Did it mute everything, Lindsay? Or
Yes.
oh, it did. Well, that's not great. It's not supposed to do
Do it
that.
one more time, Cap.
Hello, Lindsay. Can you hear me? Hello, Lindsay.
Well, no one else is talking now. You guys got to keep talking.
Okay,
Oh,
One,
I'm going to
two,
keep
three, four,
talking.
5.
5:18 in the South End. We're on
Yes, that's
YouTube at
correct.
ESPN Los Angeles.
Ron the Caddy trying
And
to kill
everything
somebody
else
this
is
weekend.
muted, so yes.
Ron the Caddy's out of control. I feel like as I hold my it's in my pocket, my 5-month chip. from AA.
You're going to keep going?
I just saw your
Or am I
video.
gonna drive you back?
I saw the video
I
you just
feel
sent
like
me.
I need to help Ron because I've helped a lot of our listeners talking about stuff and that
Show
feel
Lindsay
that
the
they
video.
need some help. I think Ron needs some help.
Does he?
I worry about his health.
I mean, I know you're being you're
I'm being
sober,
serious.
and that's great. I'm great, but honestly, this conversation is making me feel the opposite way. To be honest with you,
So that he should not help, or that Chris should not help?
no, that I may not ever be able to go to sober listening to this.
Oh, then we're trying to do engineering?
Yes.
Oh, well, we figure we might as well do it while we've got John Cooper here.
Oh, man.
End all, be all. Let
Hey,
me just
George,
make sure.
I got something for
All
you.
right, go ahead.
5-3 Dodgers.
Do you want to hear the new Yamamoto song that's gone viral? Have you heard this yet?
Wait. You're gonna cut off the
Yeah,
middle of me.
let's just
and
have some fun.
Wait, I just need to know this, Christopher. So, are you angry enough that now tomorrow I can't walk you like a dog?
We're not walking. I'm not walking with you tonight or tomorrow
So
or
George, you
riding
ready to
home
hear
with
it?
you.
You're not riding home with me.
No.
You've given up on the rides home.
Yeah.
Because
For now.
because you're mad.
I thought you
because
stayed at the hotel.
I am. But tomorrow I usually drive Chris home.
Okay.
I mean, I deliver the guy like I'm his freaking Uber driver. Okay.
Used to.
He sleeps and I drive.
I didn't sleep last week.
Okay. So
Play
wait,
the Yamamoto song. We need
So
something
you know
to
what I
cleanse
think
the palate.
we should do with these YouTube shows is like anything that sound that we put in that we didn't get to, we'll just play it here. You know.
That's fine.
Okay. So here's the Yamamoto song.
1, 2, 3山本由伸のモノマネしてるもしのぶ
Chris likes it. Thumbs up.
山本由伸のモノマネしてるもしの
Punchy, let's get your thoughts on the song. George, what do you think? You like it?
Let's go.
A little EDC right there.
Banger.
David 100 in the chat says, dump truck that sucker, Chris. Which sucker?
Yeah, which sucker are you talking about, David?
Not Yamamoto, no.
Cap, come over here. You want to make this right?
Man, I'm
Let
so
me dump
hungry
truck
right
you.
now.
See, this is also part of the thing why you guys don't want to do the
Shohei Ohtani.
Why is that?
That's what you
everyone's
should
got their
dump
own
truck.
schedule stuff going on.
Like what?
Tush push.
Like what kind
I'm
of schedule?
starving.
Why don't you
It's
bring in
7:20 at
food?
night.
Call in the food.
He was on a plane or multiple
right.
planes.
I
Are
was
you going
like
to dinner
7
tonight?
hours
George,
to
weren't
fly
you?
like
Yeah, you had a
2.
layover, right, in Chicago?
Cap, get over
Did
here.
you
the
get any
layover.
food at the
Wait, you want to
airport?
dump truck me right
Yeah,
now?
but I left
Wait, is dump
Chicago-
trucking you going to turn into a hug?
I left that at 1
Maybe.
o'clock.
Oh yeah, that's right. How
One-
long
like
is that
almost 2
flight?
Should we
Don't
double
do it,
dump truck
Kappy.
better?
No, Kappy, don't do
Yeah,
it.
but
Don't do it. Stay
I
strong,
left.
Kappy.
I left the
Well, you don't
lounge
just take
at
the dump truck?
1:45.
He's suckering you
What
in.
time? How long
right
of
here.
a flight is that? Like 2 hours?
Suckering you in.
Cap,
like
we
2
can
and
let
change.
all this can go away right now.
Wait, hold on. If we
Stay
dump
strong,
truck,
Kappy.
George, I want you to hear this. If we dump truck, we're walking tomorrow
And the
tonight.
YouTube is gone.
and tonight.
And the YouTube is gone.
And
No,
the
the
YouTube's
YouTube
gone in
no.
8 minutes?
No.
Oh, no, yeah, YouTube.
George,
no
if
more
you would
YouTube.
like to leave at 5:30 to go eat, please.
Don't
it's
do
okay.
it, George. Do not do
Yeah,
it.
don't
let
do
him
it.
do
Stand
it.
in solidarity.
Don't let him do that. Don't let him do that to you, George. Don't let him push you out the door.
La
If you would
raza
like-
unida.
If you would
La
like to
masa
go and
vencida.
eat, that's fine.
It's just like the call banging. Stick around, George. We're your team.
Hey, listen. Let me tell you
Wait,
something.
if you guys are banging calls, I'm definitely.
No, we're not. I'm just saying, just
Cap,
like that.
Cap,
though.
it all can go away. All the pain can go
It
away
can
if
go-
you stand
wait,
right here.
But are you sure?
Yes.
Are you making a full commitment to everybody watching and listening?
You stand right
that
here.
if I
all
stand
the
there,
pain can go away.
If we dump truck,
Yeah.
you're going to get over it.
I am.
You're going to stop calling me a backstabber because I didn't backstab you. All I did.
Yeah, remember, George, when I called him a rat that couple of weeks, he got really mad.
But
No,
all I
that
did,
one really set him
But
off.
listen,
It
all
can
I
all
did,
go away.
all I did was just so you know that I'm not a backstabber.
Kind
'cause
of
I
like
don't like
all
it.
JT the Bricks tweets about other sports
Backstabber.
media.
All I'm
It
saying
all doesn't
is,
have to hurt anymore.
Okay, all I'm saying is this: I didn't backstab. I strategized with Lindsay Baseball.
So you put her out to take the missiles.
Okay, Linz, did I do that to you?
No, he didn't. I think it was like something where it just got brought up. I forget if it was me or you, but we mutually agreed on this conversation
We
via
thought
text.
that Lindsay had a better chance of gaining success than I did.
Correct.
Come over here.
You're gonna let me? You're gonna dump truck me,
It could all go away.
or am I gonna
do
dump
it.
truck back? No, it's now.
Stay
He's
strong,
Can you dump truck still?
Oh
Your
yeah,
size?
no, with him
chance.
as skinny
Well, he
as
had
he is now.
He got a new heart today or
I'll
something.
freaking
No,
dump
I
truck
have an
him out the
AFib
door.
monitor over my chest.
They shaved him.
Right,
you-
but are you
Yeah,
capable
Sedano,
of
did you
dump
see
trucking?
this? You didn't see this yet.
Oh no.
Did you see it on YouTube?
I see it.
Yeah.
Take a look
Did
at
you have
that.
to shave that?
They shaved me
Yeah.
Friday morning. So after I got shaved, after I went through all this, then I'm resting on the couch, and here comes this text from Lindsay, and I thought it was a bit. But it was really inspired by Kappy.
So okay, so we're ready to dump truck. Dump truck and all is forgiven.
Stay strong, bro.
I've said numerous times to come stand here.
Listen, Beto, I'm a
pushover.
I'm a peacemaker.
No, you're a pushover.
I'm a peacemaker.
That's why you play both sides.
Oh, Chris
How
Navarro
about both
says,
sides?
You're
hold
a
on.
backstabber.
Chris Navarro in the chat says, I'm a fan of this YouTube show for what it's worth. You can come at me all you want. No, I know. We're good, Chris. I thought you were coming at me.
Let's see here.
David 100. Why does Sedano hate us so much? I'm hurt because the
Beto
costs
and Whittier,
suck. That's
Raider
why.
Rubin knows all about JT the Brick. Beto and Whittier's another backstabber too.
What?
Yeah, he's gone to the dark side, I think.
Beto and Whittier is a backstabber?
And that Raider Rubin, he's just you know how he
just wants a shout out.
How about Jake Guidos, who's one of the nicest
He is a
kids
nice
out
kid.
there? YouTube
Beto
only
and I
once
used to
a
see
week.
each other at the train station, Beto and Whittier. Maybe he's not a backstabber, but I think he's gone to the dark side. I don't really know. Cap, are you going to come over here?
Beto, should I shouldn't dump truck him?
Stay strong with
so
us, bro.
wait, so if I don't dump truck
Sucking
him,
you in.
then we don't walk tonight.
I'll walk with you.
Okay, then we don't walk tomorrow morning.
I'll walk with you tomorrow morning.
Then I don't give him a ride home.
I'll take you home.
What about him? He got to go home.
That's management.
Chris
Corporate
Navarro
stench.
says more people need to speak up and do what? What are they speaking up about?
Just speaking up in general.
Yeah. That other radio station's doing really great with their format. So, yeah, we've got all these problems here, yet you're in our YouTube chat.
What are you talking about?
Get over here.
So you want a dump truck? And these people don't. All right, hold on.
I miss Kirk. Let's have Kirk on one of these YouTube shows, you know?
Yeah, I could use a nap. Anyway.
Oh, man. DeAndre, do I dump truck Chris or do I not dump truck Chris?
Don't do it, man.
Oh,
Don't do
damn.
it. Nah, man.
Damn.
He went against you, Cappy.
Really?
He went against you.
That's fine.
Lindsay, do I dump truck him or do I not dump truck him?
I'm staying out of this one.
Oh,
Hey,
what are you talking about?
single, 6'3" Dodgers. The center fielder for Cleveland misses it. Oh.
Yeah, he should be in the minors. Our team is a bunch of...
Cap should be in the
Our
minors.
team
You're
is
right.
a joke.
Look at that.
Team
Till
is a
Oscar
joke.
scores. Dodgers 6-3 in the 8th.
They don't want me dump trucking you.
Oh, here. Jake Guidos. Make it a community showcase, making the listeners a part of the show and favorite story of the day.
Yeah, no.
G. Gwit, no.
He's such a nice kid.
No, we can't do listener features with all these great people.
Go for it,
He's
Cap.
probably one of the few that could talk.
You don't like the idea, huh, Lintz?
Yeah, I'm
motorcycle running.
I'm
red
down
lights.
for it if you are, Cap.
By the way, I'm gonna have to figure something out here soon because I don't have enough outlets here, and this laptop's gonna die soon.
Oh, by the way, I have something to tell you, George. I have like a
Oh, that
separate
guy's
phone.
on the freeway.
And I'm going to send it with you next time you go out on the road because then it's got like a little stand thingy, and then you could just use that for the stream. And then you can use your laptop
no, I've
or
got
whatever.
a table on this one because this room has actually got a living room, so I'm good. But
the phone then you wouldn't have to use your laptop.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Beto has just turned on
dirt bike.
Pursuit of an
Ooh.
armed motorcyclist.
Oh no.
He's on a 110.
Oh,
What's
he's on the
going on
street.
here? What's on his
man,
back?
this
he's
is
right
why I
by us,
wish
Cappy.
I was home right now. To
George,
do this.
check Twitter. It's got to be on like ABC 7's
Yeah, but I'll be
Twitter.
delayed.
This guy's
Oh,
on a
yeah.
dirt bike in the middle of rush hour
Does he have,
traffic,
like,
and they
nunchucks
say he's
sticking out of his
armed.
bag?
Yeah, go ahead, Cappy. Just give us some play-by-play. You and Beto, go.
I mean, this is unbelievable.
He's on the 110, right where the 10.
Let me
goes
find out how I
split.
can charge this laptop.
Oh, Cappy.
When they say he's armed, like, I mean, I don't
That
know.
usually
He's
means
got a
armed.
gat.
Yeah,
No,
that's armed.
A gat. Oh, damn. How do they know exactly? I don't know. I mean, like, should we be able to see that he's like got something
Well, I'm
strapped
pretty sure
to his
the
back?
police were chasing
No, I know,
him.
but look at what's on his back. Like, it looks like he's got something.
No, that might be like a GoPro, those cameras.
Oh, come
he
on.
might be filming himself.
You got to be kidding me.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's one of those GoPro cameras.
I mean, it looks like he's got a backpack on with some kind of a stick coming out of the back of it, and he just went into the
Like a
emergency
kendo
lane.
stick, right? Is that what it kendo stick?
Yep.
Like a
Yeah.
Oh, he's on the streets. Yeah.
what's a kendo stick?
He's right by us, Cappy.
It's like
He's, right there. He's coming our way,
No, that looks like
Cappy.
a GoPro.
Yeah. Look, that's a convention center. Oh, he turned right. Oh, what if he's going to the Nixo Lounge? Now he's going east on Venice Boulevard past the
a
convention
kendo
center.
stick is
James Craig on the YouTube said Morales
bamboo.
is cranky with his chest being shaved.
Is that true?
Did the Schwans get shaved too? No.
Good question.
That's only if they have to do an angiogram through the
Through the what?
Cappy,
well,
he's coming
they
to us,
might have to do an
Cappy.
angiogram between
He's on our
the
way.
top and the bottom.
Look,
if you
he's
get my
passing
drift.
Mastros right
Cappy,
now.
what if he's coming for you?
Cappy, he's coming to get you, bro.
Oh, damn.
He's on Team Morales because you didn't dump truck.
Well, I still have time
Look,
to
he's
dump
passing
truck.
Crypto.
Oh my God, he's literally right outside the
Wave
door.
at us, wave at us.
He's literally right outside
Wait.
on Figueroa. There's the Central.
He's outside our building, Cappy. Oh!
Uh-oh, he's coming up. He's coming up.
East Central. He's right there, Cappy.
Oh my God, he's
What if he goes
literally
to
at the East Central.
Oh, come on, literally where you live.
He is literally at the East Central, and now the helicopter's got the JW
Wait,
Marriott.
Cappy,
I hope
wait
he's
a
in your hotel
Wait a
room
minute.
waiting for you tonight.
Oh, they lost him.
No, they didn't
No,
lose
he's still
him.
there.
Where's he
He's
at?
still there.
The
He's still there.
Where? The camera lost.
He's not
gone.
even on a
He's
motorcycle. He's on like a dirt bike.
Yeah, it is a dirt bike.
He's on a blue
Yeah.
Yamaha.
Like a Yamaha 125
Yeah.
Enduro.
Oh, Cappy, they can't find him.
Oh my God! That's because the
CBS2
JW
lost it.
Marriott got in. Oh look, they're literally at the corner of
Literally.
Figueroa and Olympic.
Literally.
Wait, we should do
That's
Funch
not
on the street and
No,
then walk
get
around
out
and
there,
interview
Funch.
him.
Get out there, Funch.
Yeah.
We want us to live.
Get out there, Funch. Come on,
They'll be like,
Funch.
excuse me, sir? Sir?
You know, if I die, it's on your head, right?
Excuse
It's
me,
on
Mr.
Beto's
Officer.
head.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
man, hey, man.
Hey, man, what are you doing?
Let's do that at my funeral, D.
Dude, they can't find him. The cameraman lost him. Channel 2 lost him.
Yeah, because the JW Marriott got in the way. Oh, here
Channel
comes
7
Funch.
got him?
Here comes Funch.
Like a different channel, man.
Oh, Channel
Oh,
7.
damn.
Channel 7.
Oh, yeah.
ABC 7.
Oh,
What up,
yeah.
Kurt Sandoval?
Way to go, Funch.
Kurt Sandoval knows what's up.
Funch just changed the channel and everything.
Oh.
Look at this. We got him now.
Yeah, Channel 9, whack.
Yeah, ABC had him.
Yeah, that's right, my boy.
Somebody's going to hit this dude. Some car is going to hit this. This guy's going to go flying by like 20 feet. And it's fine because I have a friend who desperately needs a kidney transplant.
Oh, my God.
Okay, man.
So,
Yeah, but he's got to live. He's got to stay living.
no, I don't
Just
think so.
enough.
Yes.
Just
Why?
enough.
Because that's how it works.
Oh, I thought transplants of organs are when people die.
Well, before they die,
it's
they
when
take
they're
the
brain
organs.
dead.
Come
When
on,
they're
you're
brain
kidding
dead.
me, really?
They're brain dead.
Because I called a buddy of mine recently, and I was like, "Hey, this friend of
If
mine."
they die, the organs die.
Split in the
Whoa,
streets.
whoa.
Oh, really?
He's on Fig.
Oh, I thought that it was fine if he's dead.
He's on Fig, approaching the
I thought if he
101.
dies, they take his kidney.
Man, this
If
guy,
you're
he
brain
just
dead,
cruising.
you can choose to donate. That's where you choose.
Oh, no. He just
This
cruising.
guy's a good rider.
Cappy, if you saw him coming up behind you, would you like move your car and block him?
I would try. I mean, I
No, you wouldn't.
You would put your signal on, huh?
I mean, George. Oh wait, what's he doing now? He's
You know what you should do is move out of the way because the last thing you want is him to get mad at you, and if he's armed, like do
Yeah.
something.
Would you open up the door, Cappy? Like,
oh man,
running-
people are walking through the streets and they're like running to get out of the way from this guy.
Isn't that where you walk, Fig in third?
Well, now Cappy's never going to want to walk.
Oh.
No,
Chris, I will protect you, Chris.
We're
You
done.
guys go all the way down to third.
We're done.
Sometimes, yeah.
We're just done. You and me are
YouTube
done.
is done?
No, we're still on YouTube.
But we're done. You and our relationship, our brotherhood, our friendship is done.
It's not in great shape.
It's not. But don't you think that's all because of you?
No.
Oh, he went underneath the bridge.
You don't think it's all on you?
You're not innocent in this. And you won't even dump truck me.
Okay, but wait. What is it that I'm guilty of?
You decided to stick Lindsay out there as some sort of shield for you when we don't need to do that. And by the way, the funny thing is Lindsay and I had a very...
they got lost by
Was that
Disney
Friday
Hall.
or Thursday that we talked for a while and had like some stuff going on? And we talked about it. Like,
Okay.
But the fact is, like, you don't want to talk about things with me?
I would like to talk to you about things. But in this particular case, on Friday at about 2 o'clock in the
Cappy,
afternoon...
he got away from Disney Hall. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, Disney Hall is one of our favorite places we go on.
Oh, that
our
was
walks.
earlier.
It's earlier.
But yeah, they can't find him around Disney Hall.
But now we're not going to go to Disney Hall anymore. We're not going to climb the stairs like Rocky.
Cap,
Cappy, I'll go with you.
You put our friendship on the line. And I don't understand why, but that's okay.
I don't think anybody even knows what happened between you two anymore.
Well, no,
We're so all
I
off
don't
each
know what
other.
happened. I just know that Chris has built a story inside of his head. You know?
Oh, he's lost, Cappy. He
This
got
guy.
away. He got away by Disney Hall. Wow.
Dude, we need some CHP cops on motorcycles.
He's underneath a bridge. Where's that Chili Pepper song at?
All I know, that guy was riding with no hands. He's a great rider.
See?
This guy is like the Evel Knievel of 2025.
And he's eating some food and everything. Oh, beautiful. All right, how much more time you got? Oh, my 30 more minutes? Wow.
Wow,
Yep, that's why I said 30 minutes is great.
George is just like, yep.
Here we go.
George is like handcuffed to the couch in his hotel room. Like, when
But
he's
go and eat, George. Go and
No,
eat.
No,
listen,
don't do it, George.
No,
No,
I'm
no,
gonna
stay here.
stay on until this thing dies. Like
Yeah.
that's what I'm gonna do. And if it
5:59.
dies, it dies.
You mean this
it's like
thing that
Drago.
dies,
If he
he
dies,
dies.
he dies.
What? Are you talking about the show or the
the
motorist?
motorcyclist.
Oh.
No, I'm talking about the laptop. If the battery dies,
Oh, the laptop.
it's like Drago. If he dies, it dies.
Cap, it could all be done for you right here.
Uzi
I
Chavezi.
want-
Beto's still drunk. Heck no, I'm not still drunk.
I want a full commitment. I'm negotiating now.
Yeah.
I want a full commitment
Okay.
that if I dump truck you, if I give you the pleasure of a dump truck,
Right.
because you know that a dump truck is a nice thing to have. If I give you the love of a dump truck,
Yeah.
that you are over the story that you've built in your head that I'm some backstabber.
Built in your head.
Because all I did, because if we're being really, really honest, here's what I did, is I said to Lindsay that it would probably be better coming from you than from me.
But who does that? Like, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that to any of you guys. I don't do that. I call.
No, just go and just do it.
Yeah, I call. I make the calls.
We're
I
scared
have
of
a
you.
Why? So you just were afraid of Chris?
No,
I think we're a
it
little
wasn't-
intimidated
no,
by,
no,
you know.
No, it's not that. It's that I anticipated the answer before the question was asked.
No, you anticipated a group text answer. Instead of just calling the phone and say, hey, Chris, you got a few minutes? In which I said, okay. And you say, listen, I know that we're like behind the eight ball a little bit, but we're thinking that today's show may not be great for everybody involved, blah, 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 blah. And have a conversation.
And then,
not a group text,
okay,
but
and then,
just call me.
And then I may have misanticipated, but what would you have said?
I would have said, honestly, I'm not feeling the greatest today. Is this a bit? Okay, I understand everyone's kind of upset about doing all these things, but this is where I'm being told. And also, it's not great to do this on a Friday morning for a Friday afternoon for me to now go to my bosses and say, hey, we're not doing it today.
So if we would have done it Thursday.
Yeah, because I spoke to Sam. I had meetings with Sam on Wednesday and Thursday. So I could have said, hey, by the way, of one of our points we go over.
You should have said, hey, man.
But we didn't. So the way it comes off to me is, oh, it's Friday. Today's a holiday. Nobody thought about this ahead of time, and we don't want to do the show today.
Well,
That's not a great presentation.
Hold on.
Okay.
Isn't it also on management to say, hey, that's not probably a great idea to do that?
No, because I think that
What do you mean, no?
I think us just doing the show and creating content, even if one
Right,
person
but
is
wait,
watching, is worth
Hold
it.
on. Aren't you guys always talking about schedules and creating schedules and understanding schedules?
That's
you guys,
why I put out a
It didn't
memorandum.
dawn on anyone.
No, it dawned on me, but I'm not worried about it.
It didn't dawn on anyone with a suit that maybe working a YouTube only show on a Friday at 5 o'clock heading into a holiday weekend wasn't a good idea, or were you just hoping that we would just forget?
No, I didn't think that it was a bad idea. Again,
Because
if
if
one
that's
person
the case,
watches.
if you were hoping we forget, then you're the one who's trying to backdoor somebody.
No, my memorandum said we're doing this throughout the playoffs.
Oh. Right, but you didn't account for a holiday.
No, I did. Why wouldn't I account for a holiday? I said we're not doing it on Memorial Day, and we're not doing it on the weekend. That's what my memorandum said.
Right, but Friday is an extended part of the weekend.
But I thought of
Well, to Funchy's point, no one was here on Friday.
I'm here.
Right, that's the other thing. None of you people are ever around on a Friday.
We're not.
On a holiday weekend, nonetheless.
Out of pocket.
That doesn't affect. Do we not do radio shows on Fridays?
I wasn't out of pocket.
Well, all I'm saying is no YouTube on Fridays.
We're not doing that.
Why?
What do
There
you
should
mean
be a
we're
no
not doing
YouTube
that?
policy on Fridays.
You want to know YouTube?
Yeah,
but we don't. But we do.
100%.
Friday afternoons, no YouTube.
But here's the thing: if you're doing a radio
YouTube
show,
only.
but if
YouTube
you're doing
only.
a radio show till
No,
6 p.m.
no
we're on
YouTube
YouTube
only is what I'm saying. No YouTube exclusive.
But
Fridays.
here's what my leadership, the people that oversee
Okay.
me, are going to say
Yeah.
back.
Right.
Well, we don't shut the radio station off, Chris.
Well, but we don't carry live programming.
Yeah,
Chris.
we do. You guys are on till 6. If there's no play-by-play, you do 3 to 6, right?
No. I understand. But what I'm saying is if we're on the terrestrial radio, of course. But YouTube only on Fridays? No.
Again, here's what I would say during the playoffs. If you don't want to do Fridays on YouTube, you're fine. We're still doing a show on YouTube because that's what we talked about.
Ooh, Edmonton just scored.
And that right there was brilliantly stated, which is why when Lindsay and I were having this conversation, I said, chances are that it might actually be heard from you, whereas from me, I'm just letting you know it's going to get completely blown off.
And now with you saying, well, if you don't want to do it on Fridays, you don't have to do it. So now
So
Kappy's got the
let me
thing.
ask you this, Chris.
You know?
Let me ask you this.
Yes,
Let's start looking at the calendar.
Okay. Yes.
During the
Now, there is a good chance there's no game this Friday, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So then you'll do your radio show 3 to 6 p.m., correct?
Correct.
Okay.
But
and
what
we'll be
I'm
on
talking-
YouTube from 3 to 6 p.m.
What I'm talking about is a YouTube exclusive.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I'm referring to. On Fridays, there's no need for that. Nobody's going to be paying attention. I don't think anyone's paying attention beyond 30 minutes, to be honest with you, at least not intently, because I just don't think people have the attention span for that, at least currently, especially in the infancy of it when we don't have a traditional game plan for what
But
we're
here's what we're trying to accomplish with our audience and
Okay,
with our
I'd love to
internal.
hear this because I've yet to actually understand what that is.
No, I've explained it to you. We are getting ready for doing this more often, and this
I
is the
agree.
company
Right.
not edict, the company game plan moving forward. So
and
here's
I'm
the thing.
totally on board with that during office hours.
So I don't even know what that means. But so what we're doing is
Well,
whether
when you
one-
guys are in the office, we'll do YouTube. How about that?
But we're not in the office on Fridays anyway. You
well,
guys
then
still
there
do
you
a
go.
radio show.
Right, but then it'll just be on during the radio show.
But the whole point is,
my point is exclusive.
We do a radio show on YouTube even when there's no terrestrial. You're thinking of it as two different shows. What we're trying to get to.
I'm thinking of the like this is a separate show.
No, you're saying exclusive. The Craig Karmazin vision is that there is no difference between them. There's no difference. Yeah. There's no difference. Yeah. So you do 5 days a week.
You don't even know that guy's last name.
I said Karmazin.
You said Karmazin.
Okay. That's the goal here. And that will become more illustrated in the fall, that 710 could be running one piece of content and YouTube could be running a different piece of content.
That sounds awesome. During office hours would be great.
Well, that's probably for you and Craig to decide.
Okay. Then maybe we will.
Again, all I've said is when you have issue with this and you take it up with me, call Craig.
Do you really want me to call Craig?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you have an issue doing YouTube.
FaceTime him right now. Yeah, FaceTime him.
If you have an issue doing YouTube shows, I mean, I don't know what
I
else
don't
to
have
say.
an issue doing YouTube shows. I have an issue doing YouTube shows while we're going up against the Eastern Conference Finals.
But you view that as going up against us.
I do.
So hold on.
Because these are compelling games that's down
like
to
when,
the wire. Like, people want to actually watch this.
But when ESPN started putting stuff on ESPN2, people said, why would you do that? You're going up against yourself. Whereas ESPN back then,
No.
Hold
it's
on.
an aggregate.
Hold on. Back then, people said, no, you would never do that. Whereas the company and the people leading it then said, no, you're consuming ESPN, whether you're watching ESPN News, ESPN U, ESPN2. That's the same vision here.
It's an aggregate.
No, if you're consuming ESPN LA, whether YouTube, app, 7:10 a.m., any way you're consuming us is a win. It could be different platforms or different shows. It doesn't matter. Maybe, like, for instance, when we have a USC game, a Lakers game, a Rams game, an LAFC game all at once on our app, doesn't matter what you're listening to, you're consuming our product, and we win.
Agree. Right.
Okay, so that's what we're trying to accomplish. And we're starting it here, and you guys are being the founders.
The guinea pigs.
Not the guinea pigs, but
the guinea pigs.
The show
Let's
that
call
I
it what
felt could actually do this, and the time slot works, obviously, where the other shows probably couldn't do this unfiltered and so raw. So this is a compliment.
Well,
and again, it works time slot-wise.
The reality is there's also there's no chance the other slots, at least as currently constituted, would have to even do this because it's very rare that there would be a live event.
But that will happen in the fall. For instance, if there is a USC women's basketball game at 10 a.m. and we want to carry it on 7:10 a.m., we will, and Travis and DeMarco will be on YouTube only.
Okay.
That was already talked about this last fall, and we just didn't do it because technology-wise we weren't ready for it.
Right. Well, technology-wise, we're still not ready for it.
That's why we're working on it.
But again, hence why we're guinea pigs.
Okay, that's fine. You're highly paid guinea pigs. How about that?
It always goes back to
Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Kappy, are you going to speak
By the way,
all,
we're not the highest paid guinea pigs around here.
That
I'll
is
tell you
true. That is
Stay out
true.
of it, Kappy. Stay out of it.
Or do you want to speak at all, or do you just want to continue this?
No.
Well,
no,
here's
because
how I
here's
feel.
the thing: if we're the guinea pigs, if we're this great example of everything, why isn't that reflected in our pays then?
I think it is reflected quite well, but we will grow that as time goes on. I think Kappy said this earlier. You've grown quite a bit in the last 3 years, compensation-wise, correct?
Who, me?
Yes.
Yes, over the course of 3 years.
Okay.
Well, he was also Kappy and La Noche to start.
But are you growing or not?
Oh, yes, we're growing.
Your growth percentage is much better than my growth percentage.
The visceral fat is growing.
Yes, that is true. I am.
No, he's doing it 45.
That's right. He did it this morning, as a matter of fact.
He's gonna break his hip one day.
But I'm going to tell you guys how I really, really feel about this whole thing. Because here's
finally,
why.
2 hours and 45 minutes in, because here's the guy finally gets some guts to speak.
Because here's why. Because George has a point.
Okay.
And George, here, let me tell you where George is right. Okay. And it goes like this.
Okay.
Where George is right is that you've chosen to do this at a time when George is not here.
Okay.
And it makes it a little bit more difficult for him.
No question about that.
And it makes it a little bit more difficult for all of us to start something new, which, by the way, you've made a good point also, Chris, which is if you're just doing the radio show, you would be on YouTube anyway. That is true. George's point, and it is compelling, is that people in this audience are highly likely to go to the basketball game when it starts, and therefore, to George's point, we find ourselves competing essentially for people's attention during the game.
Yes. You view it as competition. We no longer view it as competition.
No, and that's okay. And now I'm going to get to your side.
Okay.
Your side, you make a great point, which is this. For example, let's say you're watching the national championship game of college football.
Right.
And you've got Chris Fowler and Kirk Herbstreit on one broadcast, But yet, there's an audience for the way Pat McAfee does a game. So they put McAfee and his team on the sidelines, and that's the way some people want to take in that content. It's the same content, but it's a different broadcast. Make sense?
Yes.
Just the same way Monday Night Football.
Correct.
You have Joe Buck and Troy Aikman on one side.
Oh, by the way, during these Western Conference Finals games, they're on ESPN2. There is a broadcast with Ryan Rucco, Tim Legler, and Kirk Goldsberry that's analytics-driven. But it is specifically geared towards people who want that style of broadcast.
Right. So just the same way with Monday Night Football, there are some people that actually find Eli Manning and Peyton Manning and their interviews
Correct, the
in-game
Manningcast.
to be more entertaining, so they watch the football game while they're watching essentially what is a podcast, okay?
Okay.
So both of you guys make very compelling points. George's point is that the way it comes off, at least at this early stages, we're competing against the game, which, by the way, we all want to watch because we all want to have this to talk about tomorrow. And currently, we're not really watching it, although I did just see that Indiana was up by 10 points.
6-3 Dodgers.
And the Dodgers are up 6-3. Thank you, Beto.
In the ninth.
So George has a good point, which is, hey, look.
Your presentation is to be like Switzerland, and you're just
No,
in the
let
middle?
him finish.
Okay,
But,
okay.
So George's point is good. Hey, look, I think that A, I'm on the road.
Right.
B, we're starting something essentially new. And C, we're going up against the game, which we want to see and we assume our audience all wants to see.
Can I pause you here for a moment?
Go ahead.
From the beginning of this, when the George was on the road point, I said, if George can't do the shows because of that, that's fine. So,
well, that's not fair to everyone else.
I don't know why, but okay, continue.
No, but Chris, the thing about George is, just like
we
Lindsay.
wouldn't do a radio show the same
yeah, we
without
would.
George.
We do it all the time. George isn't on the show.
Well, not really, because I definitely go wherever the hell I need to go to
I know,
do the
but some
show.
days you do miss, right?
Well, there's an occasional situation sometimes that comes up that I can't do it.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. So George has some good points. Okay. Now your points are also good.
Okay.
And here's why.
Thank you.
And listen, and I subscribe. I've been the biggest proponent of YouTube around here for the last 4 or 5 years. That we have to build a YouTube channel, and it's critical to our success. No question about it. The difference is that it started at an odd time, where George is on the road.
Right.
He's got to kind of struggle to get himself set up. We haven't, to his point, we haven't really ever said, hey guys, let's all get together and just make sure we're on the same page. Because I think what you did, Chris, is you just made the assumption, which was just do the radio show as
You'll
normal.
figure it out.
Just don't change anything. Just do what you've been doing.
I don't know why we're changing anything.
For the previous 2 hours, just do exactly what you're doing for hour 3. Keep the show on the rails, and everything's going to be fine.
That's what I thought would be the case. Maybe that was poor judgment on my part.
I agree. Yes,
Okay.
it was poor judgment.
Okay.
I thought that we would be able to still do content.
So
I didn't know that just because we're not on 7:10 a.m.
Well,
that all
I
the
do think
content
because
changes.
it's supposed to be a visual medium, it shouldn't just be us bobbing heads towards each other, nodding and talking like we would normally.
But that's
during
all
the show.
we're asking for right now. Is to just do
right,
content.
but that's not compelling for us either.
But you say that, George, but the numbers continue to climb and or stay
No,
even.
but what I'm saying is, are they climbing right now as compared to when we're on the air normally?
We have more listeners or more viewers consistently when we're on YouTube only than we do on air.
Currently,
so that's the only goal.
Just to give you some idea, and I'm being very serious about this, here's what the numbers really look like. We're up from the time we got off radio at 5 to where we are right now. We've got about 20% more viewers.
And that's kind of been consistent throughout the days.
Okay, so 20%.
So that to us is a win. Even if it was 5%, everybody would go, hey, this is great to just start out of the gate. We're very excited about this.
Okay, so
and frankly, to be, as Sedano says it, I'm the content guy. I would say we're not putting our most compelling content other than the fact that we are compelling just doing this.
Well, I think that what Beto did last week was when we kind of just said, hey, you know what, we're on YouTube. This is sort of long format podcast. We don't really need to take breaks. We can actually just kind of go a little bit more raw. Once Beto did that and we found out that people really, really liked it.
That's when he ripped Mason.
I didn't rip him. I told the truth.
Exactly.
It was a rip job, though.
Well, then he shouldn't have been a jerk to us.
Bring a bucket
and a mop. Simple as that.
You ripped Mason? I don't
No,
know.
I just said that when we used to work on La Cienega back in the early 2000s, nobody wanted to be around Mason. The board ops did not want to work his show. As a
He
backup.
would admit that, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he did. He did. I didn't say anything. I said exactly what we've talked about, he and I, over the years.
Right.
I love Mace.
But people loved the behind-the-scenes
history. But you guys, look, I love contributing to the show. I love this show. I'm the guy that watches and listens every single day. But you guys need to figure this out, man. Seriously. Like, all of you, Lindsay, you, Sedano, and Morales, because I don't want to hear this anymore, man. I want everybody to get along together, but I see both sides. But damn, this is way deep inside baseball. Like there's
So
a
basically,
lot
to
of
sum
stuff
this
going
up on
man.
my end, if at the end of the finals, when the finals are over, and Sam Pines and Craig and Evan say to me, so how did it go? And I said, consistently, we saw 20% growth from the time we went on the YouTube. They said, cool, it's a great win. Good job. Period. They don't say, how do you think the content went? Was Kappy mad because he had to work an extra hour? They're like,
Max
that's a win.
Muncy, 3-run homer, baby.
So right now we're winning, as somebody once said. That's all.
Who said that?
Well, Charlie Sheen, but that
You
was
mean
an old
winning, like Tiger Blood, that whole
Yeah,
interview?
yeah.
Winning.
Yeah.
Right. I got you. So look, here's the thing. To be honest with you, like, I do think to give George a break, given his travel schedule, we probably should have just said to him, hey, look, when we do this YouTube only thing, feel free to go be with your colleagues, go out to dinner, do what you got to do. Now, he may not want to do that because, like Lindsay, who doesn't want to leave when we bang calls because she's got yoga, but she feels pride. Listen.
But I'll leave with you banging calls.
Yeah,
that's
but listen, I'll tell you guys, 2 weeks ago when we had internet problems and I couldn't connect and everybody was telling me, just take the day, go outside and enjoy the sunshine.
Touch grass.
It bothered me. It hurt me to not be on the air.
Because you know you're replaceable.
Because you had nothing to do.
No, because
And
no.
for your salary.
Where was Rachel that day? Why didn't you just go drink with her?
See, here's the thing,
We
guys.
can get 4 hosts for the price of you.
Well, but here's the thing:
I'll do it
is that when you actually have pride
Yeah.
and you actually are a member of a team and you take that seriously, you don't want to leave your team.
For a guy with pride, you shouldn't have tried to backstab me on Friday.
Okay, so then
and today.
Well, did I backstab today also?
I don't know. That's what he said in his head.
See, this is the other part of it is that I didn't backstab
35
anything.
minutes ago, you could have been dump trucked and this all could have gone away.
No, I'm waiting for the dump truck to be the right moment.
The grand finale.
Right, the grand finale of
He's going to
today's
say
YouTube.
all the things he needs to say before he goes into that.
I might go bear dump
You know?
truck since we're on YouTube.
And I want to tell you something right now. I got good
You got
news for
shaved.
you.
You're good.
Chris, I got really good news for you. You
Yeah.
ready for this? Now you can go tell Evan and Sam and Craig and Steve and everybody else that guess what? Right now we're up 27.5%.
See, look at that.
27.5%.
That's good growth. We
So
like
which
good
means
growth.
you
But
should
it's
be
really because
compensated.
people love the gossip. That's why.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
So in finale, if we want to do this now, or we can wait 8 more minutes, this is working. So despite all the little, we don't want to do it. Oh, we're competing against. Oh,
Right.
people wanna
Imagine
watch
if
it.
we actually did it right, though, is my point.
Great. Guess what? The fall will present plenty of opportunities for us to, quote, do it right.
Right.
When you say the fall, what does that mean exactly?
It means exactly. We're going to have a lot of opportunities to do this in the fall.
Does that mean like when the Lakers are playing?
I don't know exactly what it means because I'm just repeating what my bosses say to me, and then we'll strategize over the summer.
Cappy, in other words, you're working till 6 every day.
I don't have a problem with
So,
that.
wait,
I really
what-
don't.
That's basically it.
Yeah, I don't have an issue with that.
The finals start at 6 o'clock.
Yes.
So there's no YouTube-only shows for those days.
Probably not because you'll just go till 6 o'clock.
Right.
Actually, it says on the schedule that some
And
of
I
them
think
start
it's
at 5:30.
5. I do think it's 5.
No, I think that's a weekend game.
No, it said I looked earlier today. I could be wrong, but it just said on like the NBA website it was 5:30.
I'm
I'm
fairly
going to
certain
say
that's
this. I'm going to say this to everybody who's watching and listening.
Yes. And by the way, you're watching. You're just seeing YouTube numbers. Remember, we're on the Listen Live
Right.
tile on the app.
Not to mention, I suspect we're also live on Twitter, guys. Yes, no, Twitter, Instagram,
And Twitch.
and Twitch,
Yeah.
and Facebook. Are we on Facebook?
Oh, you know
also?
what? They did move it up this year.
Yes.
30 minutes.
Facebook, Twitter.
So on those days, we'll do
Instagram,
30
Twitch,
minutes on YouTube.
You're
YouTube.
going to go up against the NBA Finals?
We just talked about this.
Okay, let's just.
I mean,
call a
that
timeout here.
seems preposterous.
Why don't we when it comes
That
to
is
the finals?
awful. No, guys, this is not. We're going till 6 every day.
But when it comes to the
You
finals
want to watch the
themselves,
games, yeah.
Then put
Chris,
the
you're
games
not.
on.
You, first of all, Kappy is right. You're taking away the beginning of the game. Like you're taking away 30 minutes of people actually watching the game, being
What
able
if
to
you're
talk
stuck
about
in the car?
What? And yeah, but you could at least. I honestly, listening to the radio, you get even more detail, I think, than you would even than when you're watching it, because Mark Kessler is literally telling you about every freaking inch of the floor.
Our
and
fans
what's
can
happening.
listen to that on 710 and on the ESPN
I'm
radio.
talking
tile.
about your hosts who need to talk about it.
So you guys can't go back and watch the game? It's 30 minutes.
Well, I'm going to be there, so
Okay,
it doesn't
so
make a
yeah,
difference.
this doesn't
to
even
me.
affect you.
Right, but I'm talking about them. Like that seems ridiculous.
Okay. I appreciate that, but we're going till 6 every night.
here's what I want to say to everybody who's watching on YouTube right now, specifically YouTube. So if what Chris is saying is right, and I think it is, that his superiors are saying we're playing a data game, right?
Yes.
Okay, we're playing a game about data now. So
and brand awareness.
Right. How long are people listening? What platform are they on? And all these other things. If you're watching on YouTube right now, I don't care if you click a thumbs up. You can click a thumbs down. That's fine too. But everything that happens on YouTube is important to the data part of it. So
we've hit the low battery.
So I can. Don't worry, George. You only got a couple minutes left here.
Stick with us.
The point is that if we're going to be on YouTube, we got to play the YouTube game. And the YouTube game is comment on YouTube, get involved in the live YouTube chat, hit the thumbs up, hit the thumbs down, click on the share button.
Smash the like button, man.
Click the share button and put it out on Twitter, put it out on Instagram, however it is you want to do it.
Oh, right. Are you simulcasting this on Twitter and Instagram?
Twitter,
too?
Instagram,
and
Facebook, and Twitch. So you have 5 different platforms. Guys, am I getting that right? 5 platforms?
What about
Twitter,
Facebook?
Facebook,
He just said Facebook,
Instagram,
MySpace?
Twitter. No MySpace.
No MySpace.
No
You know,
MySpace.
MySpace was huge.
It was.
Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
And Party Line, too.
What about Blue Sky?
Not Instagram?
That thing, how
Why
about
not?
that? Remember when everyone, Mason and I were like, we're going to Blue Sky, man, and that lasted a week. Is
No,
Blue
there's
Sky
people
still
there,
around?
though.
Is
There's
it still
people
around?
there.
Yeah.
We should be on Blue Sky.
I think we are, actually.
I actually thought initially it was called Blueski.
I don't think we're streaming, but we do have I believe we have an account on Blue Sky.
Even Bluey has it up there for you.
Are we on
guys.
Truth Social?
I don't know.
Okay. I mean, I'm just thinking of every possible
I
platform.
don't know if you can stream live on Truth Social.
Don't worry, DeAndre. Don't.
What's
don't-
Truth
the hell is
Social?
that?
That's a company started by
You don't know
George.
Truth Social?
I do not know.
Yeah, you know nothing about no Truth Social. I don't either. You don't have to.
I'll tell you this. If you take a selfie and post it on Truth Social, it will get traction.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't
know if it's
Down,
great
don't even worry
traction.
about it.
Are you referring to me or are you referring to like
Yes,
Cap?
he's specifically
I think
referring to you, so just don't
If
listen.
you, me, Lindsay,
Cappy,
or
speaking
Cappy
of
do it,
apps,
and Beto, actually, we all would create.
I had coffee
work with
yesterday
kids.
with one of Trudell's childhood friends, and this guy is brilliant. Like, he's a doctor, surgeon, works with a bunch of teams in sports, and he's created this thing for healthcare that I was blown away by.
That's the guy from Northwestern, right? His buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's crazy.
He was. This guy works with tons of athletes and teams, and
super
I,
smart.
I had a 90-minute conversation with that guy, and I felt like, man, this guy's the most interesting person I've ever met.
And then you come do radio for an hour.
And Mike, literally just random text, hey, my buddy's he's a big fan. Can you meet with him? I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And then
Hey,
I didn't know
dude.
what I was getting into, but I was like, wow, blown away.
Okay,
you
here-
would have been enthralled by the conversation.
I would ask, can you invest inside it?
Here's what we need him to do. You ready? We need him to come on the YouTube exclusive part of the show.
Yeah, to explain his app.
You're right. Love to hear it.
I
really
have
would.
a proposition.
All right.
Whoa.
Right, but we can't
Top
do
check.
that. You know why? Because we can't put somebody on StreamYard or whatever because they got to be on a
No,
on
but
a
they can do
phone,
what Evan
which
did.
looks absurd and patently ridiculous.
Okay. They can do what Evan did, which was be on YouTube and be on the phone at the same time.
No, that looks stupid.
Okay.
So
Get
we're
on
not
it,
doing
Graham.
that
Let's
until
go.
you fix that.
Well,
Do
can you
something,
loan us?
So
Graham.
fix it.
Come on,
We're working
Parker.
on it.
That is
No,
awesome.
no, but
Kick it back. Do
I
something.
keep hearing
Here we
you're working on it.
Get him,
Fix it.
George. Get him.
Well, it's not overnight
Get him, Chris.
Well, why not?
because it costs a
Because
lot
if
of
you're
money.
not going to give us the tools to do this right, then why the bleep are we doing it?
Then don't do it,
Get him,
George.
George.
Swear, George. You can swear.
Get
Do
him,
it.
George. Get him.
No, give us the tools.
We're
Give us
working
the
on it.
tools, and we'll deliver at more than 27.5% or whatever the hell. But because you can't give us the tools, you're making us do this in a bootleg fashion.
So you
And you
can't-
know what? I don't do things bootleg.
Oh, that's not
But
true
you're
at all.
making me
That's
do
not
it
true at all.
bootleg.
That's not true at all.
I do things bootleg.
Sometimes when you have to.
I'm done. We're out of here.
All right, give me the music because it's time for a dump truck. I want a big old.
No, now
dump
you're not
truck.
getting it.
Oh, no dump truck for
You
me?
don't get it
no
now.
dump truck now?
You think
Too
you're going
late?
to hold me till the end?
Too late?
You're going to keep me till the end like I'm some booty call?
Hey, are we going to eat or not?
Yeah.
Me and you?
Uh-huh.
All
Yeah,
right, I
and
got
Chris,
you.
too. He's paying.
Funchy, you want to go?
Yeah, going to
No,
Taco Bell.
No,
He's got
I'm
you.
not going to. I'm not going to dinner
you're
with
going to
you or
Taco Bell.
Funchy.
Hey,
Even
let's go.
now?
Yeah, we'll go right now. Let's
Why
go some
not?
food. It's Taco
Why
Tuesday.
with us?
No.
Why not? Are we not walking tomorrow?
You didn't dump truck.
I told you I'll dump
30
truck right
minutes
now.
ago, I
I'm
gave
ready
you.
to dump
it
truck.
was over.
I know, but we
All right,
had
boys,
to
have a
work
good
things
show.
out. We had to work things out.
Did we work anything out?
100%. George has given you a strong opinion as to what he thinks about how we should do this. I have given you a strong opinion that it's a good thing.
Did we figure out why DeAndre's got one ear in the headphones and one ear not?
He said it's an easy fix. That's what he said. He said it's an easy fix.
Okay. Easy. Now, is George gone? Because now would be a good time for us to start banging calls. Let's stay on until 6:30.
No, I think everybody's done.
No dump truck.
Come here.
All right. Give me the music, DeAndre. Get in here, Beto. I now have a bruised hip.
You didn't think I still had that kind of thrust
No,
left.
well, hold on a second. It's not the thrust that you have.
And I got more bone.
Now you have a bony ass. You used to have a nice, big, fat, juicy ass. Now you got a bony ass.
Please cut this part out.
Jeez, man.
I'm very sad based on what happened today.
Yeah, I am too.
But I guess that's how it is.
Look at him. He hurt me. I just watched it on the replay. Oh, God. Yeah, here's Epic Wolf who says, Morales is the one saving the station. Used to be boring sports talk only. See that, Morales?
Yeah. All right, well, it's 6 o'clock in the Southland. The game goes back on... On
what? What? Can you hear the game?
I don't know why I'm hearing the game, but... Did you switch to the Burrito way?
I did not.
All right.